Ciao. In the words of Armand Wiggins, get in here, baby, because we got a lot to discuss.
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you. On you, on you. Put you on my wrist, so shawty, come and swing my way.
See, nah, because if you really rock with my content, consider joining a bandit gang for real, for real. I mean, I'm now offering channel memberships here on YouTube now to make it easier for all of y'all to join in on the fun. Now, this going to grant you access to early uploads, extended videos, and exclusive content like deep dives, story times, studio sessions, live streams, cooking videos, all that and more, as well as major discounts on personal readings and whatnot. Just click the join button next to the subscribe button and choose a tier of your liking. Now, I'm still offering Patreon as an alternate way of supporting, but it's really your choice. I mean, I'm just a big girl trying to make it in this big world, you know. So if you got the coin, then baby, spend it. Okay. And if not, I mean, I guess that's cool too. We still gonna make it do what it do with the regular YouTube content. But just know you missing out, girl. Now don't say I ain't told you so.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
Ciao, get off the screen. All right. What's going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi. And we got a lot to talk about, child. We probably gonna be here for a second. Okay. I don't know how long my battery gonna last, child. But we gonna be here for a second because we got a lot to discuss. And I have a lot of new followers than I had, months ago, back when I first started talking about all of this Tory stuff and doing my commentary videos and whatnot. So we're gonna take a deep dive down memory lane because 9 times out of 10, I'm usually right. I tell y'all all the time, I'm intuitive as fuck. I'm a psychic as fuck. I'm a light worker. I'm a healer. I'm a spiritual therapist, light worker, therapist, coach, whatever. Listen, whatever you want to call her, I'm all of that and the above. And 9 times out of 10, I'm right. But people don't listen to me. People don't listen to me. And I have my feelings. I have, things that I've said that have come true and come to light and whatnot. There's astrology that backs it up. So we got a lot to go ahead and get into. So I'm telling y'all now, go ahead, grab a snack, grab you a meal, do whatever you gotta do. Pause the video if you have to, go get all of that and come back because we gonna get into some things. But make sure y'all like the video.
Nothing for free. I cuss a lot. Bitch, I'm a queen. Not like the thoughts. If you wanna be together, you gotta spend that check down. You wanna be forever, you gotta spend that check down. Gotta send a check on me. Gotta send the rest on me. Hey, hey. Gotta move successfully. If you want the best of me. Hey, hey. Gotta send a check on me. Gotta send the rest on me. Hey, hey. Gotta move successfully. If you want the best of me. Hey, hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this as a mix of we just going. Let's get through the articles and whatnot that's come out first. And then we're going to get into some other things as well as my opinions and all of that. Okay, so today Pardi is on this whole press tour. Pardi is on this whole press tour. And y'all are sitting here trying to protect Black women and shit like y'all always do. And once again, I'm going to say, for those of y'all that be like, why you always say, oh, fuck the protect Black women movement, da 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 da. This whole entire case is exactly why. And this whole entire case is what made me see and realize that a lot of people out there are weaponizing movements. And hold on, child, I'm like, who in the background cutting up trees? Anyways, this whole entire case is what made me first realize that people are weaponizing important movements for their own personal gain. And just watching how Megan has moved throughout this entire last 3-4 years, hell, even before the whole Tory and shooting in the case and all of that, it just made me realize, yeah, there are definitely people out here who will weaponize these movements for their own selfish gain. And it's crazy how Nene is also on screen because she's also another professional victim and also somebody who does the same thing as well. But again, y'all are going to hear my thoughts on whatnot throughout this case. So Pardi has come out and he's doing like this whole press run tour because Meg released a song Cobra. It was obvious who she was talking about. People want to sit and try to play dense and act like we dumb, but we knew who Meg was talking about. She was talking about Pardi the entire time. I know people were like, oh, she only said one line and she didn't mention a name. Girl, the entire song was about her trauma that she's been going through the last 2 to 3 years, whatever. And she did not have to say Pardi's name. We knew exactly who the hell she was talking about. Okay. And now that Pardi has responded, y'all are doing y'all niggas ain't shit thing where y'all sit and y'all beat up on a man. And now the new thing is to call these men sassy listen, because y'all would get mad if people called y'all a bitch or called y'all a cunt. Cut it out, because you know what you're implying when you call a man sassy. But y'all calling Pardi sassy because he's speaking up and he's telling his truth, and I am here for it. I am here for it, and I am here for this whole era of men speaking up and telling their truth, because for too long, there has only been one side of the conversation that has been held at the table. Now, granted, while there are a lot of toxic barbershop type platforms out there, and a lot of men should not have a microphone or a podcast in front of their face, I can say the same thing about women. I say it in every video. We have Basketball Wives, we have Love and Hip Hop, we have Real Housewives, we have all of these shows that have been centered around women since the beginning of time, at least since I was born, and we always hear this one part of the narrative. Not that that narrative is flawed or that a lot of it isn't true. There's also other points and sides to the story. And especially in a situation like this, where you do have the woman that is the antagonist, that is constantly the one doing the terrorizing and the abusing, but she gets to skate off free because she's a woman and because she's black and because she's a black woman and because she has a vagina. Hearing the other part of the story is definitely important. And what we're not going to do over here is sit here and absolve Megan of any accountability or responsibility because she has a vagina or because her vagina is black. That is not what we're doing over here. So Megan put out the song called Cobra, and she talked about how Pardi cheated on her. Y'all can play dense all y'all want to and act like y'all didn't know she was talking about Pardi. She was. Okay, because if it was anybody else, if it was Nicki Minaj, y'all would be like, oh, put it in the music. Oh, she talking about this. Like, y'all would be quick as hell to name a name real quick. Be quick as hell to be in Nicki's comments with a name, talking about, oh, she meant this person, she meant that person, she need to just name them. But wait, Meg, y'all want to be all secretive and whatnot because y'all like her and because y'all up her pussy. We're not doing that here. She was talking about Pardi. Pardi responded. Now Pardi's on a whole press tour. It's a little bit weird, but I don't necessarily care because at the end of the day, Megan's not a good person. She's not. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Pardi Fontaine opens up about his breakup with Megan Thee Stallion. I always want well for her. I think he's completely lying through his teeth when he says that.
I mean, because he's never.
Let's get into it.
I mean, because he's never like directly answered the question.
Why did we break up? There's a laundry list of reasons that could have caused us to be apart.
And I don't want you to give any of them because you still love that young lady.
That was my next question. Because
see, that's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. Again, y'all always trying to protect. Like y'all really take that whole PBW shit to heart. Like, say that shit for when people is missing. Say that shit for the women that are in domestic disputes and domestic violent relationships. Like, say that shit for when it actually matters. We're not gonna shame this man into not telling his truth because it's Megan and y'all like Megan and because she's black and she's a black woman. She has a black vagina that's able to birth kids, because that matters too as well. Y'all let her throw that in other people's face as well. We're not doing all of that. No, bitch. She did a whole song. She literally did a song, knew who she was talking about, knew who the bullet in the sub was for, allowed social media to run around with a narrative, and only when Pardi responds, now all of a sudden she want to say something? No, allow this man to speak. Allow him to speak. Because all of that, oh, but you love her. Don't say nothing. Don't give a response. Where the fuck was that when the song dropped? Everybody and their mama was going up for the song, talking about something. Oh, she's so vulnerable. Oh, she's coming out and telling her emotions. Oh, yeah, okay, so let's keep it going. He's being vulnerable. He's spilling his emotions. Allow him to do that. Allow him to do that. Y'all don't want that to happen because, again, you look at these men as sassy when they do it. Because really, y'all yell out PBW, but y'all really hate anything feminine. And that's a whole other conversation. That's really what it's about.
On your project, it sounds like on the person, it sounds like you still love her.
You do. You definitely love her.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm a person that believes love doesn't go away. It changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've always, and that's another thing I've stated. Like, yo, I always want well for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that wants bad for her. I'm not out here calling her all types of such and such. I've never I've never even discussed some of the things on that song with my closest friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when the song came, people's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I never ever once ever talk bad about her to anyone, not even, you know what I mean? Like, I do wish her the best.
You're still holding it well right now.
What'd you do at the ring? Because you said that you picked out a ring from Greg.
First of all,
salute to Greg. I saw a guy.
He didn't say he bought it. He just said he picked it out. We don't know if he actually got the ring.
Did you buy it? Hold on. Did you buy it or did you pick it up?
It's the money has been allotted for something different now.
Oh, but you said she lied to you about something. What did she lie about? What you was talking about earlier? Because when you buy a ring and you're about to propose, right? So you found out she lied about something, and that made you change your mind.
I felt like it made me definitely have to second guess where we was at, you know what I mean, at that time. Like it did damage, you know what I'm saying? Like internal, I don't know if it made us break apart, but it was just like it definitely took a blow to me.
So what happened? Why did y'all break up?
Damn.
I mean, because he's never
Let's go to the comments. I want him to stop speaking on her and speak about something else. After he made a diss track on her, make it make sense. This is why Lori had him sign NDAs. Who asked for a Pardi interview tour? Crazy when a man defends himself and tells the truth. The internet tells him to be quiet or call him sassy. When a woman does it, she's living in her truth. Everyone has the right to tell their side of the story. Society loves to put men in a box. Y'all most definitely do. And then y'all get mad when these men and one day I promise you, we really gonna have that conversation. It's like, when a man is being emotional and showing his vulnerable side, then he's sassy. Then and let's just call it what it is. He's a faggot. He's gay. Because that's really what y'all want to say. He's fat. He's a faggot. He's gay. He's all types of a rainbow shitter, a rainbow worshiper, a skittle bag. He's the fucking like any other adjective that you can put in there that'll describe being gay. Y'all hate that shit. But then if he was sitting here calling her all types of bitches, then he like you want a masculine man, but do you want him to have feminine traits, but then you don't because then he's gay. But then like all of that adds to toxic masculinity, and women don't want to take part in responsibility for that. But one day y'all gonna have to. Y'all gonna have to, because this is part of it. Like, look at these comments. Wouldn't discuss this with your closest friend, but you put in a diss song and release it to the public. A man sitting in a room, a woman gossiping about his ex will never sit right with me. LMAO, doing a press run on your ex when you got a new girl is wild. My boy squeezing his breakup for everything it's worth. But you made a diss track. The most attention he's ever gotten is this nigga going on a breakup tour. She literally only said one line about you and you're making whole songs, basically doing a press tour. Meg Loki started, he's hockey finishing it. Exactly. You can't attack a band and tell them how bad to get. I'm sorry. I don't care. Let's move on. Okay, this story is tired. Yeah, it's always tired when the fucking truth comes out. Because the lie is always going to be more entertaining than the truth. Anytime the truth comes out, then all of a sudden it's, we still talking about this? Oh my God, it's so confusing. I don't know what to believe. Oh my God, they both wrong. No, because y'all love to do that too. Y'all love to try and throw accountability to both people and try to make them both seem wrong. No, bitch, it's a clear decision on who's wrong in this situation, but you don't want to have egg on your face, or you so gung-ho about protecting a woman that you just going to say, oh, both, instead of picking a side. No, bitch, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Megan made a song about her mental health. She said one line that said he was cheating and ain't even say bro name. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're not playing dense today. We get the fuck out of here. We're not playing dense today. Y'all knew exactly who the fuck this bitch was talking about. And one thing I cannot say is a professional victim. So I'm telling y'all now, this video probably gonna sound like I hate black women or I hate women, even though I'm trying to be one or whatever else y'all gonna put into it. But I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it was Megan. I don't care if it was Nicki, Cardi B. I don't care who it is. I don't like a professional victim. I don't like, because you know what it is? When you grow up with narcissists and you grow up with people that intentionally manipulate you and you're used to that kind of shit, you know what to look out for and you notice all the signs. And I do not like it, because since Megan has been out, she's always manipulated the public. No matter what comes out, she finds herself and positions herself as the victim. Half the time, she don't even have to do it, because y'all will do it for her. Y'all will literally do it for her. All the shit with Tory Lanez and Kelsey and all of that aside, at the end of the day, that whole entire night started because she went back into Kylie Jenner's house in a drunken fit, in a drunken rage. And that was confirmed by people that were there, including her stylist, EJ, who she also fell out with that night. She went back into that place in a drunken fucking rage. And like I said in my original video, I don't care. This situation reminds me of when you out with your friends and you know that your friend is doing too much and your friend always does too much when she gets drunk, and then she goes and then she does too much to a bitch and then they jump her. And then it's like in a moment you want to sit there and protect her and you try to jump in. The problem is that y'all not pulling your friend to the side and be like, yo, when you get drunk, you do too fucking much. The problem is y'all sitting there enabling the shit and acting like it's everybody else's fault. No, it's Meg's fault. Pulling out a gun, going too far. You know, some of the shit that she got into, yeah, it went a little too far, but a lot of it starts back with Meg. That whole entire night would not have happened had she not went in there and done the most. And then on top of that, people keep forgetting. It all started because she was sleeping around with her best friend's partner. Y'all want to sit and play a game of semantics. Oh, well, if she ain't had no title, then that's not really her man. Meg was fucking on her man, but that's not her man, but they ain't have a title. No, fuck all of that. Y'all bitches be sitting here dumb over dick and doing the most every single day. But yet y'all can't understand that somebody like, look. Like I said, I hate a professional victim. And I hate a professional victim because they manipulate, they gaslight, narcissism, all of that. And that's what Megan is. But we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going because now Megan wants to speak all of a sudden.
Somebody is following the street code, not snitching. Are you snitching or wow? No. I wonder why the witnesses went missing. I was very much happy where I was at. Don't read that.
Okay. Matter of fact,
wow, I wonder why the witnesses. Imagine y'all.
Matter of fact, because she's speaking on multiple things in this. Actually, we're going to take it on over to the neighborhood talk because I don't want to speak about the shooting part yet. That's a whole other part of this. I just want to focus on the breakup right now. So this is her response to that.
So bad. Like,
this is her response to the breakup.
People so bad. Like, I don't know what that means. And I don't want to keep this long because I know people are going to chop this up the way they want to chop it up and twist my words and make me something else. But I just feel like I'm Megan Thee Stallion and I just want to be Megan Thee Stallion. I just want to drop my music. I just want to talk to the hotties. I just want to shake my ass. I want to have as much fun with this shit as I used to. But it seems like every time I take a step forward to heal and do something different, motherfuckers be like, no, come back. Get your ass back to this negativity. Come back this way. You're not supposed to be smiling right now. You're not supposed to still be getting deals. You're not supposed to be in movies. You're not supposed to be recording albums. You're supposed to be sad where you was with me 2-3 years ago. When I got in a relationship, all that shit was deleted. I was sat the fuck down. I was seated. I was very much happy where I was at.
That's another thing too. The North Node was transiting Taurus and Scorpio. I mean, she got into her relationship. And when we get into her natal chart, because it's coming, y'all will better understand what I'm talking about. Everybody, actually, I'll save it for then. But y'all will better understand what I'm talking about. But she intentionally got into a relationship because the relationship was supposed to teach her more about herself. And now that the North Node is out of Taurus and Scorpio, that's why a lot of this stuff is starting to come out. Okay, because the North Node and South Node was going through her relationship houses. It was going through her 1st and her 7th house. Because last time I checked, I believe she's a rising Taurus, I believe. So it was going through her 1st house, but also 7th house, I think. I don't know. I don't want to jump off the ledge, but I feel like it's that. We're gonna get into her natal chart in a few. But even astrology backs up the bullshit.
If this man is saying, I didn't cheat on her, I didn't do that. Well, why the fuck is you responding to me? Do you know how many niggas y'all claim I done fucked with? Why are you answering? Why are you trying to make that shoe fit? What?
She trying so hard not to laugh.
Was it you getting your dick sucked in the same spot I was sleeping? If you say it wasn't you, why the hell is you dissing me? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why are you talking to me? If you said I wasn't talking to you, I wasn't talking to you. Like, you just wanted to fucking find a reason to bash me. It seems very strategic. Like, it feels like it's bothering people so bad. Like, I don't know what that means. And I don't want to keep this long.
Okay, enough of this bullshit. So, again, Meg is a professional victim. You said a line about him. You didn't need to say his name. I already done mentioned that. You didn't need to say this man's name. I don't care what anybody says in the fucking comments. She did not need to say anything dealing with any of that. Yes, as an artist, yes, express your truth, this, that, and the third, but also understand what the fuck comes with it. What we're not going to sit here and do is play dense. We're not doing that. That's like me sitting here doing a story time, and I can change the names. And mind you, I listen, for all those of y'all that's new that don't know my background and my history, I started on YouTube back in 2015. I was telling story times and went viral very quickly, had a lot of subscribers, a lot of views, all of that. But in my story times, I would intentionally change the names and didn't necessarily, I mean, there was like 1 or 2 stories where I changed up the details a little bit because it was a little too close to home and I didn't want the direct person to know I was speaking about them. But again, I didn't want that person to know I was speaking about them. And I knew that if I said certain things or if I used a certain name, that motherfuckers will come out of the woodwork and then there will be issues. But see, when you don't give a fuck, you move exactly how Megan moved. You knew who that line was about. You knew exactly what the fans would think. You knew what social media would think. And in fact, you said absolutely nothing. Everything was all good when you wanted to drop your song and you wanted everybody to love it and everybody sitting there trauma bonding with you over your, and that's another thing. Cut all of that shit out. Y'all get on my nerves with that shit. Everybody want to trauma bond and act like they healing and everybody's so fake woke and so want to be so spiritual and all of this, that, and the third now. And it's all fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. Y'all bitches are scared to even say the word suicide nowadays. In 2024, we sitting here making up words to not say suicide. We saying unalive. Now you got to say unalive. That's the new thing because suicide is going too far. And it's like, bitch, it's fucking suicide. Why are y'all sitting here trying to sugar down what the fuck it is? You should not want to kill yourself. You should not be in a place to where you want to off yourself and delete yourself from this earth. Stop thinking of fancy words to try and sweeten it up so other people don't get offended or get triggered. No, bitch, you should be triggered by the word suicide. It should scare your ass so much that you get onto a path of, oh, I need to heal. I need to do something. And I'm speaking as somebody who's personally dealt with that shit. Like, y'all kill me in 2024. Can't even say the word suicide because, oh, you don't want to trigger somebody. Bitch, you should be fucking triggered. Because all y'all want to sit around and do is sit around and be depressed and trauma bond and niggas ain't shit. And like for real. Like, let's have a real fucking talk right now, right? Let's take Megan off the screen. Let me put me back on the screen because let's have a real conversation. If you are in a space in your life right now, take a good look around at the people around you. You should not be sitting there constantly talking about bad shit with your friends. You just shouldn't be. In life, shit happens. We all go through shit. And for me personally, there's always something constantly happening in my life. But even I have gotten to a point, and it's a point that I've had to force myself to get to because it's something always constantly going on. I've had to make sure that was not the center focal point of my relationships because that can be a lot, not only on you as a person, but also on the people that you are trauma dumping on. And I feel like we've normalized so much shit. And this is why, again, I will continue to say, I'm happy that you're hearing other perspectives now, because the perspective from women who normally sit in feminine energy, and feminine energy deals with emotions. And if you are spiritual, you know that feminine energy does not mean female. It does not mean, like, feminine energy does not have a gender. However, society and human conditioning will place genders on it. So feminine energy is emotions, it's intuition, it's watery moon energy. But 9 times out of 10, because of social and human conditioning, women are conditioned to have an overload of feminine energy and lack masculine energy in areas, and men are conditioned to have an overload of masculine energy and lack feminine energy. And since I was born, we've had all of these different things like movies and TV shows and songs where it's just been women and sitting in that feminine energy and niggas ain't shit and this, that, third, and woe is me. And now in 2024, every time you turn around on every single black platform, it's always, what it is that I'm going through, because that's a black woman, because that's a black woman and we have it so hard and our voices are the worst, our voices aren't heard, and we the most disrespected. And while all of that could very well be true, I want to try to start paying attention to the content you consume, because it's literally every fucking where. I used to sit and I would literally count how many times Claudia Jordan would sit on Cocktails with Queens or sit on TGIF and constantly bring that up. It would be multiple times per episode. And then when TGIF went from 2 days a week to 5 a week, it just became an overload. It's like, constant, and it's on every show that's featuring a black cast. It's like it's centered around trauma. Love and Hip Hop is literally all about what women deal with men in the industry. Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's all about your attachment to a man and how the relationship doesn't work out, and you hope for the best, but you know it's not going to be the best, ending up on reality TV. And oh, how is the woman going to survive without the man? And if she doesn't have a man, then she has to get one, because then now you're looked at a certain way. It's like, why is everything about trauma? Why? And sometimes you have to escape that shit. And I'm gonna bring race into it. It is a black thing. It is a black thing. And we can get into history and how the white people brought crack and this, that, and the third into the black community. Miss me with all of that shit. Just cut it the fuck out. You should not be sitting around consuming content that's always trauma dumping. You should not always be trauma dumping on people. People shouldn't be trauma dumping on you. Like, cut it the fuck out. Live life. Okay? I know now in 2024, everybody want to be fake spiritual and fake woke and fake healing, but part of healing is not constantly doing the fucking work. A lot of people aren't doing the work. They're acting like they're doing the work and not doing the work. But anybody that's actually healing for real will tell you that it comes in phases and stages. Nobody should always constantly be healing, just like nobody should always constantly be going through shadow work. Like, life is about ebb and flows. It's about ebb and flows. It's about ebb and flows. So it's like, just look at the people that's around you in your circle. Like, if your relationships are built and based off of trauma, and all y'all do is sit around and talk about trauma, or sit around and talk about, how niggas ain't shit, and there's like no like fun upsides to the, then what are you doing? That shit is negative. And that's the type of thing that I feel like Megan brings on. Everything about her is just trauma. And it's like, no matter what, she's usually at the center of all of the drama that she's going through, but people ignore it because she's a woman and she's a black woman. And then you see yourself in her, and then it's just like, oh, I have somebody to bond with. And it's just like, girl, because then y'all cover up reality because you're so, like, your head is in the clouds of this trauma. At the end of the day, she released a song. It was a suicidal song. Y'all got so in your feelings, but you cannot be mad at somebody responding to a clear sub, like, it was a very intent, like, it, I don't even want to call it a sub, because a sub is when you don't know that something is about you, or like, it was a clear shot. And now we supposed to be mad that he responded? Absolutely the fuck not. Like this person in the comments said, she ain't lying. The song was about her depression and suicidal thoughts. She didn't diss or mention any names. Y'all hate this woman for breathing. It's sad. And that literally proves my point. Y'all have to stop doing that. Stop positioning yourself as a fucking victim. Stop. This shit is not cute. It's not cute. Those of y'all that, oh, y'all just hate black women. Keep announcing that shit. And see what the universe does to your ass. There is power in the tongue. And those of y'all that sit and think that this shit is cute, that's exactly the type of reality that's going to manifest for you. There is power in the tongue. Like the next person said, she's always a victim. You dissed him first. He responded. Now she mad at all the lies being exposed. That's how it go. She got a point. If that's not what he did and he knows that, why diss her? I know why, because he's fucking corny. No. A hit dog will holla. Well, you dropped the first, the diss first says, she's very manipulative. She knew what everybody would think. It was him, and he would probably be forced to clear his name. And now she's the victim. Woo. Bingo, right? And her fans sitting here acting dense like they can't see what's happening. If it happened, why couldn't she mention it? That was one line he came with a full diss on. Bitch, y'all can't, again, you cannot attack a bear and tell him how mad to get. Leave people the fuck alone. The same way that she's sitting here saying, oh, everybody needs to leave me alone. I'm the victim. No, bitch, you're the one terrorizing. And then when people come back with a bazooka, which is literally what happened, again, we didn't even get into the Tory Lanez shit. Bitch, that whole entire fucking night happened because you were sitting there fucking on your best friend's nigga. It does not matter how close Kelsey and Tory was. It doesn't matter how close Kelsey and Megan was. You knew that your best friend was messing with this nigga. You decided to fuck on him anyways. And then you took your drunk ass back into Kylie Jenner's house in a drunken fucking rage. And that's how that whole entire night got started. Should there have been a gun? No. Should a gun have went off? No. Did he shoot? Listen, we're not even going to get into all of that. We're going to start at point A. Point A. And that's the problem. Taking it back to the excuse that I used about how it's like y'all going out with y'all friends, knowing how drunk and fucked up they be. And then when motherfuckers jump them, you want to get mad at the people that jumped them. Yeah, they shouldn't have touched them, but also you know how your friend is. If you know your friend like to turn up and do this, that, and the third, have that conversation with your friend. But because nobody's having that conversation with Megan, everybody just keep kissing her ass, she does not see any flaw in her actions and how she's moving. Because everybody keeps telling her, Meg, we got you. Protect black women. We got you, Megan. You just gotta heal in peace. Why everybody keep attacking Megan? No, bitch. Megan is going around attacking other people. And then when they respond and then they come harder than what the fuck you wanted them to come harder with, then it's a fucking problem. You threw that sub. You knew what the fuck you was doing. Again, it's like me doing a story time about somebody else. And no, I don't have to say names. No, I don't have to mention exactly who it is, but that doesn't stop that other person from going and being like, this is my side to the story. I'm going to speak my piece. Because at the end of the day, whether you said a name or not, there's still people that know of the situation. I'm sure that there's friends or people close to the situation that knew, oh, this bitch is talking about him. I'm sorry. Even with the speculation, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. That's where the gaslighting and the manipulation and the narcissism kicks in. And all of y'all that's sitting here trying to play dense, y'all are. Let me bite my tongue. Let me bite my tongue. While I'm reading through the comments, and it's alarming how many black women are tearing her down. See, here we go again. Here we go again. That trauma bonding shit. Everything ain't about being fucking black, and everything is not about being a fucking black woman. Sometimes you could just be a not good person. How about that? I don't know what's wrong with y'all fucking people out there that think because you're a black or you're a black woman that means that you are perfect. That means that you listen. There are jails and prison systems filled with rapists, with drug dealers, with trap dealers, with pedophiles, with all of these types of ain't shit people. And they're more than just one race. And it includes black people. Y'all do know that, right? Being black doesn't absolve you of any bad behavior. So please stop it with it's alarming how many black people are tearing her down. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if the bitch was purple and I was yellow. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is fucking wrong. That's the shit that be pissing me off with the black community. It's like we want to sit and be terrorists to everybody else, but then the second that we get our asses handed to us, especially if it's by somebody of our own, then it's like, oh, you can't say anything to me. Why? Why can't I? You don't get a pass to do whatever the fuck you want to do because of your skin color. Fucking terrorist. That shit, domestic terrorist. That should be pissing me the fuck off. He should have never dropped a diss track. It made him look even more guilty in my eyes. It didn't show what kind of man he is. For responding? Dumb bitch? Wow. He responded to you, boo, because people were speculating that you were talking about him because that's the last man they've known you to be in a relationship with. You started it. Exactly. Exactly. She loved playing victim and delusional. Exactly. Exactly. But you know what? Let's go ahead. Because speaking of, oh, and let's go ahead and get into this. I hope she don't speak about the shooting shit because we ain't even get into that yet. But let's get into this part right here.
I could just be a
Megan speaks out again after her Instagram live. When I was low, I didn't make good decisions and I didn't value myself. I am re-falling in love with Megan. And here we go again with the buzzwords. Listen, as somebody, and I say it every time, I just said it at the beginning of this, psychic as fuck, intuitive as fuck, spiritual, okay, whatever. I'm be trying to put y'all on game. I understand how people work. As much as I mentioned Pluto and Scorpio in my 10th house of career and public image, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, that means you know that shit like the back of your hand. That's your psychic ability, baby. So if you have, let's say you have Scorpio in your 7th house, you understand relationships. You understand the life and death of relationships, the good and the bad, whatever. If you have it in your 10th house, you understand people, you understand career, you understand business. If you have it in your 2nd house, you understand finances. Like if you have it in your 8th house, you really understand debts and the occult. And you know what I mean? Like it's just like a deep vested interest where you just get it. And that's like where your psychic powers kind of kick in, your psychic gifts. I have that shit in my 10th house, and I understand business like the back of my hand, and I am like a natural born psychologist. I understand when people are trying to get over on you. That's part of my gift, is that I am very cognizant. And y'all have to pay attention to the words that people use, the buzzwords, because y'all hear certain shit and then instantly your mind goes to trauma bonding instead of, wait, hold on now. And y'all fall for it every day. And I say this all the time. It's like when the Shade Room will post the Kardashians because they know y'all gonna come running with the engagement to curse them out. Or when the Shade Room posts this Zaya Wade, they know y'all gonna come with the engagement cursing them out. Like, y'all gotta pay attention to shit. So Megan is using keywords when I was low. I didn't make good decisions. I didn't value myself, but I'm re-falling in love with Megan. It is given. It's given a PR stunt. It's given a PR, a publicist wrote this because it's like, this is what's it's playing on emotions. That's exactly what it is. It's manipulative because it's playing on emotions. This is what you need to say to get in the public's good graces. Because when you talk about falling back in love with yourself, everybody's going to think back to a time when they had to fall in love with themselves and when they was at their low and they didn't feel like people. Listen, writers understand how this shit fucking works. Niggas be in my comments telling me how they love Swing My Way and this, that, and the third. And no, even though Swing My Way isn't a emotional ass ballad and shit like that, like I know how to write. Hell, when I did Storytimes and I did over 72 million views within a year, 2016, I knew what the fuck I was doing. I started out writing scripts for my Storytimes. My Storytimes was true, but I started out writing scripts and then eventually it became a little bit more natural because I was like, let me just freestyle what the story actually is. Again, my Storytimes was true. I'm just talking about and how I wanted to present it on camera. But at the end of the day, even when I do my videos, I know what to say. I know when to add a punchline. I know how to add dramatic effect, this, that, and the third, because you understand how the people are going to react because there's a certain emotion that you want to get out of that person. And so even with her doing this live and all of the words that she's using and just everything, her whole everything since she's been out, I know how she knows how to manipulate the public. I'm telling you, again, I feel like she's a Taurus rising. I feel like she's a Taurus rising, but she has Scorpio in her 7th house, I believe. She understands how to manipulate relationships. I'm telling you guys. And we're going to go through her chart, but I promise you, I feel like it's, let's see. No. Yeah, no. Scorpio is in her 7th house because she has Sagittarius in her 8th and she has Capricorn in her 9th and 10th. So yeah, I'm right. And what did I say? Scorpio, wherever you have Scorpio at, Scorpio energy is all about manipulation because it's a deep vested interest. And again, that's where you have those psychic gifts that kick in. If you have Scorpio in your 2nd house, you just understand money and the dark side of money, but the bright side. If you have it in your 3rd house, you understand communication. If you have it in your 4th house, you have deep-seated trauma, childhood trauma, or you understand how home works and how families work. You know, it's possible that there could be some family secrets. If you have it in your 5th house, you just understand how art and entertainment and how children work. If you have it in your 6th house, you understand how day-to-day work and life and health works. If you have it in your 7th house, you understand how one-to-one relationships and business works. Like you can manipulate that. If you have it in your 8th house, you can understand how the occult and mysteries and life and death transformation works. If you have it in your 9th house, you understand spirituality. 10th house, you understand career. 11th house, you understand how to manipulate friendships. Okay, you may have had a whole bunch of friends and been popular and been like the yes queen bitch of the group, or maybe you had no friends because you were isolated and an outcast. If you have it in your 12th house, that's all about the hidden psychology, the hidden fears of life, the unknown. Like I'm telling y'all, I know my shit. She is a master fucking manipulator. I don't know if y'all know any Taurus risings. Master fucking manipulators. I'm falling in love with Megan. That's intentional because I want to evoke a reaction out of you. I'm saying what I need to say to get you on my side. Let's go ahead and press play. Wait, actually, let me read. In case you missed a whole live, I know.
As depressed as
I know certain blogs like to focus on cutting up tidbits to make me look shady, ignoring the facts, refusing to report on any positivity concerning me. But I hope my supporters know I'm growing as a person. When I was low, I'm a real human being who has made mistakes and growing and learning every day. Girl, fuck all of that. It's like, listen, somebody can literally chop your fucking neck off and then be like, but I'm human. I'm human. I'm not who I was 2 days ago. Like, y'all, listen, literally type in Google, but I'm human. I make mistakes and I'm human. Like there's so many movies, so many TV shows, so many situations where that will come up. And even since I was a little kid, that is something that always annoyed me because I was like, why every time I watch something and somebody is being held accountable for something, I promise y'all, even as a fucking kid, I was like this. That adds to me being a natural born psychologist and that Scorpio in my 10th house. Because even as a little fucking kid, I never understood whether it was in person, on TV shows, or movies. I never understood why every single time somebody was getting in trouble for something, the go-to answer was always, I'm sorry, I make mistakes. I'm human. I'm learning. I'm growing. It never felt fucking natural. Because you can grow and you can be healing and you can be human and still be a fucking terrorist. You could still be a fucking terrorist. Just because you're growing and healing doesn't mean that you're all the way fucking healed. You could be on day one of a 9-year journey. Okay? And just because you growing and healing and moving towards the future don't mean that you can't double back and spin a block to chop a bitch head off. Please stop it with that. But y'all get so manipulated every single fucking day. And that shit literally grinds my fucking gears, y'all. It does. It does. It does. Because I see the way that we are in a fucking patriarchy. I see the way that, yes, I've been saying since 2019, we're in a death of a patriarchy and shit is going to get better. But I see the way that feminine energy, and I'm not just talking females, but feminine energy gets manipulated every single day by masculine energy. Mind you, Megan has 60% masculine energy and 40% feminine energy. Okay, I've already looked up her chart. She's 60% masculine energy, but y'all get manipulated every single fucking day. And I've been saying recently in all of my videos, even when it comes to dating, men look at women and they start them at a 0. You have to earn their trust. Women will look at men and start them from 100 because they're already giving them their trust and planning out a life with them inside of their head, and there's nothing left. Nothing to earn. It's kind of like that teacher that you have that's like, okay, everybody in my class from September 9th, the first day of school, everybody starts with an A, and it's up to you to maintain that A the whole year. That's how women look at men. Whereas men are like, no, baby, you started an F and you're gonna have to earn your A, because that's part of masculine energy. And there are people who have a lot more masculine energy and they prey on you and they prey on that. And that's another reason why a lot of women are constantly getting fucked over, because it's just like you want to see the good in a person when really exactly who they are is right in front of your fucking face. This is another reason why I'm not sitting here listening to these comments that's, oh, protect black women. No, because y'all just want to see the good in a motherfucker. Half of y'all is dating niggas that got 10, 20 fucking babies on y'all, that's sitting here fucking other bitches, other pedestrians with a raw dick, and y'all sitting here making excuses for them. He's a good man, Savannah. Oh, boys just gonna be boys. Oh, no, I see the way that y'all allow yourselves to get played every day by the people in y'all lives that manipulate y'all. And because it's Megan and it's packaged as a black woman with a black pussy that's able to birth, I'm supposed to ignore the signs? No, because if Megan was a nigga, everybody would be onto her. If Megan was a fucking nigga, everybody would see right through her. But because it's packaged pretty, and because she's a black woman with a vagina that's able to birth kids, people are looking past it. Absolutely the fuck not. I don't know how long we're gonna be here, but we're gonna be here till I'm done talking. See, I be trying to start these videos off as Aubrey, but it always ends up coming out as Jersey. Okay, because when I start getting down here, talking down here, this is not where I'm supposed to be talking at all. Shout out to those y'all. Never mind, I'm not even gonna go there. But let's just get into the video.
Okay, now I could just be as depressed as I want to be. I want to be sad. I want to cry. I want to fucking tell you everything. I want to tell you my whole life story. And that was my friends at the time too. Everybody around me at that time saw how hard I was going. They saw how sad I was. They saw how much I drank. Nobody in my life at that time was like, Megan, let's not go out tonight. Megan, let's not turn up tonight. Megan.
What the fuck does this have to do with anybody? See, this is what I mean. Professional fucking victim. What does this have to do with anybody else? Should people be doing that? Yes, but you were born into this world alone. It's up to you to fix your fucking issues. Bitch, you have the fucking problem. You have the problem. Let's put some shit into perspective. Megan was born February 15th, 1995 at 11 a.m. in San Antonio, Texas. So that makes the bitch what? Because I was born in 93. I'm 30. That makes her about 27, 28. Bitch, let's put shit into perspective because you sitting here talking about, oh, all of my friends that I was going out with, nobody was looking at me like, oh, Megan, maybe you need to chill. Oh, Megan, maybe you need to put the bottle down. You're damn right. Nobody was looking at you like that, bitch, because y'all in y'all fucking 20s. Okay. Y'all sitting there partying, y'all happy because you're a millionaire. Everybody got money or access to Hollywood through you. So it's lit. It's lit. It's up from here. Bitch, we cool. We friends with the hottest rapper in the world. We got money. We got bottles. And last time I checked, Megan, was Drive the Boat not a thing? Was Drive the Boat not a thing? We like now we sitting here rewriting history, huh? Now we rewriting history, huh? Because last time I checked, you was the one that was going around pouring shots of Henny and shots of Casamigos and shots of tequila and shots. Listen, Batty Shot O'Clock ain't have a thing on Drive the Boat. Let's not forget where Hot Girl Summer really came from. It came from you, Megan. You going around to everybody, trying to get everybody fucking lit. That was your thing. That was part of your fucking brand. And being that it was a part of your brand, regardless of the fact that y'all young and in y'all 20s and want to party and you just now entering your Saturn return, so that might also be kicking your ass, you know, like regardless of any of that, you made shots and drinking a part of your brand. Drive the Boat was a whole thing that made Megan lovable. I know because I used to be a stan of Megan and I loved that there was somebody who celebrated drinking as much as she did. And at the time, she was good at music. This is before she hit her peak. This is during the whole Fever era. This is when she was coming up. This is when, you know, people were supporting her because it was genuine and not based off no fucking trauma. You made that a part of your brand. So we're not going to sit here in 2024 and be like, oh, nobody around me knew that I had a problem. And that, no, bitch. No. That's the problem. Stop placing the blame and shifting everything to everybody else. Let's shift it back to you, bitch. That's your liver. That's your throat. That's your money that's paying for the goddamn bottle. The fuck? This video ain't getting monetized because listen.
You don't gotta do that. Everybody was down with the motherfucking shenanigans. I'll be crying before I walk in the party and bitches will be like, come on, bitch, let's go. You know, I'm crying with my nigga. Why you always crying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because why the fuck are you always crying? Bitch, do you not understand how blessed you are? Do you not understand who the fuck you are? You are Megan Thee Stallion. You are literally on top of the fucking world. You are making millions of dollars right now. Not saying that you don't have the right to be happy. Not saying that you don't have the right to cry and have the right to, you know, have off days. But girl, what we not going to do is try to turn friends that was literally sitting there trying to be there for you and sitting here saying, hey, it's more to life. Let's party. Let's have a good time. We got shit to do. We got moves to make. Like, let's just enjoy. Like, let's turn up. Like, shit could be worse. Like, come on. Because again, like I said earlier, don't nobody want to sit there and trauma dump. You done lost all the people in your family. Cool. I get that maybe there was nobody for you to really sit and talk to. Like, and that's even considered, because that's another thing that I fucking hate. Just because somebody lost people in their family don't even mean that they was even that fucking close to them to begin with. Y'all gotta stop assuming that everybody got an A1 relationship with everybody in their family. Just because she lost them don't mean that they was all super close like that. Okay, just because she missing them now don't mean that they was all super close like that, and those would have been the first people she would have called about any and everything. Like, girl. Because 9 times out of 10, when people lose family members, all of this shit about how they missed them and this, that, and the third is in hindsight. It's in hindsight. Because a lot of us can't stand the motherfuckers that's close, that's related to us while they here, and then afterwards, you know, then once you start seeing holidays and start getting seasonal depression, then it's just like, oh, I miss being able to go home. And then in hindsight, you realize some shit. So Megan, cut it the fuck out. Cut it the entire fuck out. You doing a hot girl summer tour, summer coming. We doing hot girls versus city girls versus icy girls, and at what point am I supposed to stop you? If you telling the whole world, baby, it's a hot girl summer, and you telling everybody, let's drive the boat, and every function we go to and you driving the boat, like, at what point am I supposed to be like, okay, well, yeah, let's go ahead and sit and cry? Like, I don't blame everybody else.
people saw me be low as fuck. Once I went and got help, once I got therapy, once I fucking decided I need to love myself. I need to value myself because I don't love myself. I'm not valuing myself. I'm fucking up. I'm crashing out. Once I start realizing you're crashing, bitch, you need to fucking You need to get your shit together because you're crashing. And I cleaned out the house. Everybody from my past was shook. Like, they was like, I can't believe this bitch not talking to me. What the fuck? How am I blocked? Why is this? Why is that? Bitch, you fake as fuck. You don't want to fuck with me. Da, 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 da. I was down with you. I don't have any problem with anybody from my past. I don't have anything negative.
That's because you are the fucking problem, Meg. And see, this is what I hate too, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to be the hero or the villain in somebody else's story. While that much is true, we also cannot negate the fact that there are people that are true villains out there who will move and feel like nothing is wrong. How many times have we seen, y'all, the Disney shows where it's the pretty girl and their parents tell them they're pretty and how everybody's just jealous of them? And it's like, no, bitch, you're really a real life bully at school. Even if it's Alana with Muffy and, you know, the other girl that had the 2 pigtails, it's like, no, like, yeah, you're pretty. And yeah, some people probably don't like you because of that, but like, you're really honestly a fucking mean girl. And that's why the industry don't fuck with Megan. And it started happening way before the whole Tory shit. Way before that. The Tory shit was just icing on the cake. But I was there. I remember. Again, I understand. And I'm going to keep saying this when I do these videos. I understand everybody isn't a content creator for work. I understand that everybody doesn't go as hard as I do, saving articles and writing notes and remembering, you know, this happened on this date and this, that, and the third. I understand that. I totally get it. Everybody's job is not to be a YouTuber sitting here giving their opinion on hot topics. I totally understand that. But what we're not going to do is rewrite history. That's what we're not going to do. Because since Megan has been out, people try to tell her. And this was even before her parents passed, but especially during their passing, everybody kept saying, Meg, stop being so mixy. Stop. Like, that's literally a New York term. Mixy means being in the mix. You always constantly in everybody's face. It's that person that's always outside that you always see everywhere. It's kind of me. If we be honest, it really is kind of me. But even I've had to sit myself down, and I've also had people that have had to sit me down with the same conversations. That's why I'm able to so easily dish it out to Megan, because I've had to sit myself down, and I've had people that had to sit me down, and it still happens where people are like, "Yo, you need to stop being so mixy because when shit happens, this is why." Because your heart and da, da, da. So I get it from all I do, but I have to take that accountability. I have to take that accountability because nobody told me to have such an open heart and da, 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 da. Because at the end of the day, reality has shown me that XYZ is going to happen. And if I decide to go against what the universe is trying to show me and teach me and constantly be like, no, but I believe better. And I believe that there are good human beings and not everybody's going to fuck me over. And I try to go against what Saturn and the universe is trying to show me. Guess what? I'm a constantly feel like I'm the victim. I'm a constantly play victim. I'm a constantly position myself as the victim and make it seem like everybody else going after me. You have to take accountability, Meg. You have to. You have to. It's ridiculous at this point. You're fucking grown, girl. You're going through your Saturn return. Your Saturn return is about to whoop your ass. And I pray to God it does, because I like, deep down inside, I like Meg. But who she's become since she's been out, I don't like. I do not like.
To say about anybody from my past. I don't want to talk bad about those people. Everybody is in your life for a reason or a season. You go your way, I go my way. I don't have nothing bad to say about y'all. I don't have nothing bad to say about anybody that I used to deal with. I don't have nothing bad to say about nobody I used to be friends with. Thank you so much for the purpose that you serve. Thank you for helping me realize I needed to grow. I'm never going to trash talk nobody that I used to be cool with.
Y'all, it's like she might as well be reading a paper. It's like she might as well be reading a paper of all the things that people say. Let me say all the key points so people feel like I'm on their side or that they can trust me. You know, I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that. Okay, yeah, it's easy to say when you're the one that's literally terrorizing everybody. Why would you talk bad about somebody that you slapped and you got away with? Why would you talk bad about the Tory situation and keep dragging it out when you came out clean with no blood on your hands? Huh? Why would you talk trash about Kelsey when you're the one who slept with her man? Like, of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. But people hear all of this shit that you're saying, all of these key points that you're making sure that you list, and they translate it as, oh, she's an angel. Oh my God, her heart is pure of gold. Oh my God, Megan is just, and what people do is they relate it back to their own life and they think back to how they've gotten fucked over. Because everybody at the end of the day just wants love. And that's where all trauma stems from. Everybody wants love and wants to be loved. But because of what everybody goes through, there's conditions placed on it. There's all type of stigmas and situations and whatnot, and rules and regulations and boundaries placed on it. And that is what ultimately shapes and shifts you as a person. But everything stems back to love. God is love. Energy is love. We're all God. We're all energy. We're all love. Just different forms and variations of it. That's where childhood trauma stems from. You either go through one or two things. You either go through codependency issues, okay, where you get attached easily, or you go through abandonment issues, or you go through child, that's another thing that I can't think of right now. But that is what it stems back to. So when Megan is sitting here listing all of these key points, people aren't literally seeing it for what it is. They're hearing her and thinking back to their own life and how many people that they've went hard for, and how many people, you know, how much bad stuff has happened to him. And it's, to them, it's just like, oh, Megan, oh, Meg, you're just a victim who just wants love, and the world is doing you so dirty. Because for a lot of people, that's their story. But that's not what this is. So let's go to the comments. Sympathy move. Yes, you was real low when you did what you did to Tory, and 2 years afterwards, you still didn't change. Now you want us to believe you're a changer. Start your healing by first admitting that Daystar Peterson didn't shoot you. We'll get to that in a second. Why does she act like she's innocent? You'll heal when you start telling the truth. They can never make me hate her. Imagine how, and see, that's the problem right here. I hate when people do this. They can never make me hate her. That blind loyalty gonna fuck y'all up. It's gonna fuck y'all up. Because again, y'all do the same shit when it comes to these niggas and these relationships. Niggas will show you all the red flags from jump. But yeah, you sitting here thinking that your good pussy and your good cooking gonna change that motherfucker. But then when it doesn't change him, and then he bringing you home a whole bunch of babies and STDs and running up your credit and fucking your entire life over, after y'all finally break up, after you done trying and dying for this nigga, 5 years into the relationship, then you want everybody to look at him like an ain't shit nigga and act like you had no part to play in it. Yeah, okay, dumb bitch. Y'all do that dumb shit every day. Unpopular opinion, during the trial, she couldn't remember that night, but today, after that affidavit came out, her memory is back in full effect. Exactly. Let it go, baby. He not getting out. It has nothing to do with him getting out. And that's another part that people keep trying to throw in there. Oh, y'all just want Tory free. I mean, well, yeah, nobody that's wrongly accused should be sitting in jail. Stop trying to make this into a, oh, y'all just center black men. Y'all just center niggas. Y'all just worship dick. No, nobody that didn't do a crime should be sitting in jail. First, Cobra flopped. Pardi exposed her for getting lipo and fucking her producer. Then the Nicki this, now the affidavit. Megan going outside like the drunk deserves. Listen, y'all only don't like her because that leprechaun shot her, and I will never understand that. No, she was unlikable before that. She clearly owned up to making bad decisions. What else y'all want her to do? Be specific? Be fucking specific? The fuck? Are you dumb? That's like me. Listen, that's literally like me killing somebody in your family and then going on Instagram and saying, I'm sorry for all that I've done. No, bitch. What exactly are you sorry for? I need you to be specific. I'm sorry for lying. I'm sorry for sleeping with my best friend's sneaky link or whoever that she was dealing with. I'm sorry for cutting up. I'm sorry for everything that I did. Like, she's fallen out with multiple people. Carisha, JT, Nikki, Malibu Mitch, Kylie Jenner, Tory, Kelsey, Justin, the security guard, EJ, her hairstylist, you know, Tory Lanez driver, her label, Rihanna at some point. Like, she's fallen out with multiple people. I need her to be specific. Just generalizing it and saying making bad decisions, girl, what? What is that? What does that solve? They just spiteful and shallow. No, bitch. What's spiteful and shallow is saying I'm owning up to making bad decisions. That's spiteful and shallow. That's very surface. The girl is talking about her mental health. Don't start in these comments. Because that's such a trigger for y'all. My mental health. Girl, get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's another thing that be pissing me off. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody gonna go through something. Everybody is gonna go through something. But it's not always my mental health. That's another thing. When people say mental health, it implies that you're suicidal. And really, you could just be having a bad day because you got a paper cut. But when you say my mental health, it's like, ooh, shut everything down. Ooh, alert the psych ward. Ooh, protect this person at all costs. Put them on suicide watch. No. Y'all know what y'all doing. Like, I don't know when, at what point we got to this pussy place of a world. But can we please stop acting like just because somebody gets sad or goes through some shit in the ebb and flows of life that everything in life needs to shut the fuck down? I don't know what's wrong with y'all thinking that you're supposed to be 100% happy all of the time. That's not realistic. It's not. And somewhere within the last 5-10 years, it's like you can't even have a sad day or an off day no more. Now all of a sudden you want to kill yourself. Or that's what's implied. I'm over it. I'm so fucking over it, y'all. I'm so over it. So let's go ahead and get into this article. Matter of fact, like this video before we go deep. We already an hour in. Like this video before we go deeper.
This that don't get scanned tonight. This that no good man tonight. This that no keep Vanna white. This that no he gamble right. This that ball out on a nigga till his pockets fill it. Ball out on a nigga till his pockets fill it. Don't get scanned tonight. This that no good man tonight. This that no keep Vanna white. This that no he gamble right. This that ball out on a nigga till his pockets fill it. Ball out on a nigga till his pockets fill it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this article. Jaquan Smith said in a sworn statement to California Court of Appeals that Kelsey Harris had a gun in her hands when Megan Thee Stallion was shot on July 12, 2020. In a sworn affidavit, the bodyguard and driver on the night of the alleged shooting, a female rapper, Megan Thee Stallion, stated that Megan's then best friend, Kelsey Harris, was holding a gun and that Tory Lanez, born Daystar Peterson, attempted to take the gun from Kelsey when it was fired. The documents were revealed on Instagram Live by Milagro from Mob Radio, who read the documents in front of her viewers. T with Tia later posted the documents to her Instagram feed, and we were able to obtain them. Tory Lanez charged with allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Prosecutors want bond at $1.1 million. The document was filed as an affidavit in a court of appeal of the state of California. On December 5th, Jaquan Smith, bodyguard and the driver of the night of July 12, 2020, for Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez gave a statement about what happened. In a statement, Jaquan made it clear that Kelsey, the former assistant and best friend of Meg, who is was holding a gun. Jaquan said that on the night of the shooting, he was asked to drive Tory to Kylie Jenner's residence where Megan and Kelsey were present. He said that Tory was at Kylie's house for about 2 hours when Jaquan received the phone call to come pick up Megan and Kelsey. In his sworn statement, he stated that Megan, and Kelsey had left Kylie's house. However, Megan later asked to turn him around because she claimed that she had left the shoe at Kylie's place. And I feel like I said this in my original. Video. She went back to that man's house to that lady's house in a drunken rage because she saw that Kylie and Tory were having too much fun in that goddamn pool. Tory was on some flirting with everybody type shit, but he really wanted to push up on Kylie and get close to her. So it sounds like to me he called his driver and listen, I've been in situations like this. With my friends where it's like we trying to sneak off or we trying to do some shit and it's just like, all right, make sure this person get home, take this person home, or like let's send this person home so we could go do what we really trying to do. Like it sounds to me that that's what was going on. Tory knew what he was trying to do. He was flirting around with Kylie, which makes sense to the stories that already came out. They was flirting around. He called Jaquan to come pick up specifically Megan and Kelsey so he could have alone time with Kylie. But Megan decided to run up back in the house claiming that she had left her shoe, knowing that she just really wanted to go back in the house and in the drunken rage. Now, when I say drunken rage, that also came out. And EJ, who's her hairstylist, who used to be her hairstylist and best friend, also came out claiming that she came back in there acting like she was looking for a shoe and was doing the fucking most. Now, Jaquan said that when they arrived back at Kylie's house, Kelsey stayed in the car, but minutes later, Megan and Tory later returned to the vehicle together. Yeah, because Megan went in that bitch turned the fuck up. And that's one reason why Kylie was done with Megan, because it was just like, girl, you doing the absolute most. And I honestly believe that Megan went up in that house. She was doing the most to Tory. And we're not going to sit here and act like Megan probably wasn't also doing the most to Kylie. She probably got in Kylie's face or probably started arguing with Kylie, which is another reason why Kylie did not speak up during this whole entire situation. Not that we expect a Kardashian or Jenner to have gotten themselves involved with this bad publicity anyways, but we're not going to sit and act like Megan didn't turn up on that girl. Again, bitches be dumb over dick every single day, and I hate how y'all keep using this case to play dumb and play dense and act like bitches don't do dumb shit for dick every damn day. Y'all found out a nigga cheating, and then all of a sudden y'all want to go beat the next bitch's ass. Y'all want to go beat the woman that he was cheating with ass. Yeah, sounds like to me Megan went in there in a drunken tirade, and not only did she turn up on Tory, she also turned up on Kylie, which adds to why Kylie was not so quick and was hesitant to even speak out in her defense. Because Kylie was like, nah, bitch, you came in my house and you disrespected me and my home. You got to fucking go. And that was another story that I heard, that they got thrown out of Kylie's house. Jaquan said that when they arrived back at Kylie's house, Kelsey stayed in the car, but minutes later, Megan and Tory returned. He made it very clear that Megan was the instigator that night, and that's what was, I promise y'all, I've been saying that since the entire fucking beginning. Both Megan and Tory returned to the car after a few minutes. Smith said in his sworn statement, Megan was bickering, but I'm unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset, but the four of us left Kylie's residence. The statement continued, and Jaquan said that as he began to drive, Megan started arguing with Tory. Jaquan said Tory and Megan were going back and forth. Again, Megan is in her feelings. She was in her feelings. She was in her feelings, and now she's doing the whole protect black women thing, because, and that's another thing too, like there is some truth to the whole angry black women thing. We're not even going to sit in, we're not, because we could really go deep into these conversations, and it would be some things that motherfuckers do not want to hear. Now, when I say that, it is absolutely wrong for it to be used in a place of employment. I do not agree with the stereotyping that comes with quote unquote being an angry black woman. I do not agree with it at all. At all. It should never be tolerated. It should never happen, especially not in a place of employment. But what we're not going to sit and do is act like we aren't expressive. That's what we're not going to sit and do. And please don't bring other races into it, because this is a black situation that happened with black people and a black woman and a black man. We're not going to sit and act like we don't be expressive. And we're not going to sit and act like we don't be dumb over dick. Megan was being dumb over dick. She was jealous and she was drunk. So she instigated a situation. And this is why I've said since day one, bringing a gun and a gun going off is absolutely way too far. But again, your drunk ass decided to go into the club and pick with other people. And then your ass got jumped. You thought that you picking with a girl, it would just end with the girl saying whatever and walking away, or the girl and you and the girl just fighting, and then it turns around that you ended up getting jumped. Baby, that's your fault. That's your fault. You shouldn't have been going off. You shouldn't have been doing the fucking most that night. A gun should have never been involved. Absolutely not. We can all agree on that. But you initiated all of this. So now that these statements are coming out, yes, it proves what the fuck I've been saying since the beginning. Megan started this shit. Jaquan said Meg told him to pull over the car after a verbal argument with Tory. Jaquan said that Megan told him to stop the car, and although he couldn't recall a name of the street where they pulled over, he mentioned that Megan went to sit on a nearby bus stop. He said Tory went to talk to Megan, and 2 minutes later they got back inside the car. Then he began driving again. Jaquan's sworn statement validates the reason Tory Lanez apologized in his jail phone call, and that's also another thing that I fucking said. I said, just because, like, and again, this is why I say y'all don't be listening to shit. Y'all hear shit, and then y'all piece a story of what y'all feel like happened based off of y'all trauma. Oh, he must have did it because he called apologizing. No, bitch, because if he was calling to apologize for shooting her, he would call and apologize saying, I'm sorry for shooting you. That's not what happened. Just because I call you and I'm apologetic don't mean shit. Like I've said since the absolute beginning, Tory called because he got caught up trying to be a player and fuck around with 3 different women. Now, and we're going to get into karma and how Saturn plays a part, but the problem with this situation is that this was a night of karma for all three people, but because of their past behaviors, it was easy to look at their past behaviors and past actions and twist the reality of what actually happened up. Because people are looking at Tory and what he did to August Alsina and his past and him having a gun before and how, short complex and this, that, and a third, but that has nothing to do with this actual night. That's why I be telling y'all, yes, let's start at the beginning, but at the same time, let's deal in facts. Because when you start getting emotional and you start including shit that it doesn't pertain to this actual story, that's where shit starts getting cloudy. And that's why officers and cops, when they investigate shit, that's why they be so picky about who and what they let be tied to the situation, because then it becomes a conflict of interest and they could just blurry shit for no fucking reason. But Megan started the argument again, and Kelsey asked what was going on. Tory told her that he and Megan had been dating and intimate, Jaquan said. Megan was upset by this, and she and Tory had been dating in the same manner prior to any relationship with Megan. Megan and Kelsey began fighting. I absolutely believe this. In Tory's December 2022 trial, prosecutors played dirty and used a jail phone call against him, claiming that he admitted to Kelsey Harris the day after the shooting on that call that his apology for what happened was an acknowledgement of firing a gun. I don't believe that. But according to Jaquan's sworn statement in the quotations above, he remembered Tory telling Megan that he was going to reveal what we now know is that he and Megan were in a that they was fuck buddies. If you don't recall, Tory and Kelsey were initially dating, but Kelsey had to leave LA and return to Texas when she caught COVID-19. While she was away, Megan began to flirt with Tory. In the trial, Tory's defense attorneys argued that he was apologizing on a jail phone call for exposing his sexual relationship with Megan in the car that night. That's what everybody kept trying to fucking tell y'all, but no. Which led to Kelsey pulling out a gun to shoot Megan. Everybody like, oh, but then Kelsey needs to go to jail. I mean, okay, cool. I'm not going to negate that. But again, like I keep saying, we sit and watch y'all bitches be dumb over niggas and dick every single day. It is not unbelievable or unheard of to think of it. Listen, is it not shows called Fatal Attraction? Have we not seen Obsessed with Beyonce? Have we not seen Fatal Attraction, the movie? Have we not seen those type of movies and those type of TV shows on the Crime Network, on the Sci-Fi Network, on Lifetime, on Oxygen, where you have the scorned woman that is mad because the man is doing some fuck shit, and then they get back and then they end up in jail because this man was abusing them or cheating on, like, it. Come on now. Love and Hip Hop literally is the proof of this. It's not unheard of, but it still does not absolve Megan of any responsibility and accountability. Never should have been a gun there to begin with. But at that same point in time, since we holding people accountable, Megan, I'm going to hold you accountable. What the fuck are you doing dealing with niggas that's walking around with a gun? Because you think that shit cute. You thinking that whole bad boy image shit is cute. Y'all are fucking celebrities and y'all have enough money to pay security guards. But you think that shit is cute to be walking around with a nigga that's toting a gun. So when that gun gets pulled out, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing because you thought it was cute to walk around with him. Listen, I've been in situations, horrible situations. I've told story times about it. I did a whole catfish story time. That was like my third story time on YouTube in 2016. That went super fucking viral, where, basically I was held hostage one night and somebody had me at gunpoint. Okay. And then I also told a different story about how I ended up getting caught up in some shit because of a friend. I let them stay at my house, and I had no idea that my friend's brother was on the run for a double homicide. I had no idea. And the next day when we was headed to the beach, that's when we got stopped by FBI's and marshals and all of these different type of law enforcement or whatever. And it was like 1,001 guns aimed at our head. And it was horrible. So I don't play around with that shit. And I've been in situations with men who will have a gun in their glove compartment or be carrying a gun, and I will literally tell them, no, pull over, do something with that, or take that shit home, or pull over and leave me here. I'll wait. You can come back and get me, or I'll tell them up front. I'll ask them, be like, yo, do you carry? You know what I mean? Because again, we're not gonna sit and play dance. Y'all bitches like to date these bad boys, but then when shit start getting bad, then all of a sudden we want to protect them. No. If you know you dating a trap nigga and you know you dating a nigga that sell drugs, 9 times out of 10, this nigga got a gun on him. So for me, like me in my situation, do you carry? Oh, you carry? Okay, well, I'm not carrying no charges. So leave that shit at home. I don't play that shit. Guns scare me. Don't play that shit. Do not bring that shit around me. Oh, you sell? Oh, you do coke? Oh, you sell coke? Yeah, don't bring that shit around me because I'm not catching no charge and I don't want that shit around me. But see, when you thinking that dating these bad boys and whatnot is cute, you think it's cute to be walking around with Tory Lanez. Oh, I'm with my boyfriend. I'm fucking on my boyfriend. He got his gun. I'm so protected. I feel so protected. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. So when the gun came out, again, should it have came out? No, but you shouldn't even be in proximity to a motherfucker with a gun. But you thinking it's cute because this is bad boy that you fucking on. And what makes it even more adventurous is the fact that you fucking on this boy who happens to be your best friend's boy as well. We're not going to sit and act like Megan didn't know. Megan was fully aware. And there's too much other evidence that can support that. Or not even support that. That can allude to that rather. There's too many other times of her being mixy and messy and doing some slick-handed behind the wall shit, conniving shit to people that she called herself close to that can allude to the fact that Megan more than likely knew already that Kelsey was sleeping around with Tory. But she thought that shit was cute. She was being adventurous. So when Megan comes out and is like, oh, I apologize. I'm just a person with demons and I've made mistakes. No, bitch, be specific. Be fucking specific. Because this is what we're referring to. We're referring to the bad mistakes of you literally sleeping with your best friend's nigga, knowing that was your best friend's nigga, but you did it because you felt like you wanted, whether it was some get back for some shit she did, who fucking knows? But I'm not so mad at the gun being there because, or the gun firing off, because you shouldn't even be around a nigga that's carrying a gun. Y'all got security for that. But you thinking it's cute. You thinking it's adventurous. And then on top of that, the fact that you sleeping around and doing some sneaky shit with him that don't nobody else know about, you also thinking that's cute. So when the gun goes off and bad shit happens between you and this bad boy, I don't want to fucking hear it. But Jaquan said he pulled over to stop the car. He said that Megan and Kelsey both got out of the car, continued to verbally and physically fight. That also adds to all the stories that came out about them scrapping. I believe it. The only eyewitness to the incident testified that he saw 2 women fight in support in Jaquan's sworn statement. I broke up this fight and was pulling Megan towards the back of the car, Jaquan said. Jaquan claimed to have seen Kelsey with a gun in her hand. Tory and Kelsey began struggling as Tory tried to unarm Kelsey. He said that he was still holding Megan back and did not see who shot the weapon. He was thankful and he was not harmed. See, I don't think that anybody shot Megan. And I said this in my original video and I'm going to say it again. And this is the main problem that was pissing me off with this entire case is that everybody kept saying, shoot, shoot, shoot. He shot, he shot, he shot. No, there's a difference between, baby, if I throw a gun, or better yet, if I throw a knife up in the air, and it so happened to hit you and you get sliced, did I cut you? Or did you get cut by a knife? It's semantics. If I throw a knife up in the air and it happens to slice you down your arm, did I cut you? Or did you get cut by a knife? Because when you say that somebody shot Megan, that implies that somebody held a gun towards Megan and intentionally pointed at her and shot it. That's not what happened. Fumbling over a gun or the gun ricocheting off the ground means you got hit by a bullet. That's completely different than somebody intentionally shooting you. Hence why they have all of these different counts and charges when it comes to these crimes, because there wouldn't even be such a charge as with intent to kill if you didn't intend to kill or intend to harm. There's a difference between intent to kill and intent to harm and negligence. Negligence means you could have been playing around, you could have been not paying attention, and the gun just went off. That's completely different than somebody had a gun to your fucking head. And again, I would fucking know. I've had 1,000 of them aimed at my fucking head all at once. I've been in close quarters with somebody I thought I was cool with who was putting a gun to my goddamn head. I know the difference. Okay? And I've also been in situations, another story time that I did, the beach shootout. I've also been in situations where it wasn't a gun aimed at me, but there was a whole shootout. But imagine if I would have came back into the whole story time talking about something, they tried to shoot me. I mean, I think I probably did for clickbait, But y'all understand the point that I'm making. Like, somebody trying to shoot you and a gun going off and a bullet hitting you is completely different. It's completely different because it implies that the person is a monster and trying to kill you. Again, another play on words. Another, I'm going to utilize my Scorpio in my 7th house. I'm going to utilize the fact that I know how people work and how relationships work and how people think. And I'm going to basically gaslight and be a narcissist and manipulate. I've been so through the fucking bullshit. And I'm so glad that I looked at her natal chart today, because once I looked at it, I was like, oh, it makes fucking sense. And we'll get to her natal chart in a second. He said that he was still holding Megan back and did not see who shot the weapon. He was thankful he was not harmed. Megan was also fortunate, Smith said in his sworn statement. Yeah, Megan was extremely fortunate because Megan also has Jupiter in her 8th house. And her Jupiter is in its natural zodiac sign of Sagittarius, which doubles the effect of it. Y'all always hear me talk about Scorpio, Pluto in 10th house, but Jupiter in 8th house is like the best place to have it because Jupiter is all about gains and lessons and spirituality. And 8th house is all about life and death and rebirth and occult and mysteries and things like that. So essentially, when you have Jupiter in your 8th house, for one, a lot of trophy wives that you see where it's like, you know, it could be a man and then he's like basically paying for the woman's lifestyle. Yeah, like that's a trophy wife. Like that's a trophy wife placement. I also have Jupiter in 8th house. And so more so how it relates to Meg is, like I said, she has Jupiter in 8th house. I have Jupiter in 8th house. And when you have Jupiter in your 8th house, it can literally save you from death. It's like a lot of near death experiences, but the universe saves you at the last minute. So not to get morbid, but no, Megan is truly lucky. The universe literally saved her because it could have been a situation where she could have died. And this is not the first time that Megan is going through something like this, because that is the downside of having Jupiter there, is that yes, you get blessings and whatnot and you gain a lot, but there can also be losses. And with Jupiter in your 8th house, again, the universe comes in at the last moment to save you from a lot of near-death experiences. That's just a part of it. Okay, life is about ebb and flows. There's good but the bad. And so yeah, this is not the first time something like this has happened to her. But during her testimony in December 2022, Kelsey requested immunity, which was granted. Immunity protects the witness from having their own testimony used against them. One noteworthy point in Jaquan's statement is that he expressed his desire to present at trial, but the prosecutors claimed that they were not prepared to cross-examine him. My God. And then you got the documents. I'm Jaquan. I'm over 18. I got firsthand knowledge that took place. I was the driver and bodyguard who is better known as Tory Lanez. And this is just talking about the background, how they knew each other for 7 years. He had worked for Peterson for 3 years. And they were friends. Okay, so this is basically just going over literally everything that we explained. I pulled over to stop them. Megan and Kelsey got out of the car, continued to fight, but both physically and verbally. I saw Kelsey with the gun in her hand. Tory ran behind Megan and myself towards Kelsey. Tory and Kelsey began struggling. I was lucky I wasn't harmed. The whole incident happened so quickly. I wanted to present this evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so. Doing so as the district attorney was not ready to cross-examine me, and later they did not call me due to the holidays and the court schedule. I believe I should have been allowed. Listen, here's my thoughts on this. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts after y'all go ahead and like this video.
It's getting hot in here. Baby, let me check your temperature. Don't ever think I ever. Baby, I'm feeling. Feelings hot and causes. It's one thing you. Daddy gon' make it. It's your fault I'm soaking wet.
Okay, so this is what I got to say about this situation. So Child, I honestly forgot what my thought point was. Honestly and truly, it sums up everything that I've always literally said, except now we have a person who is there who is providing proof as to what actually happened. But I've said all of this since the beginning. I've tweeted all of this. I said it in my video. Like, I've said this since the beginning. And it also adds clarity to the fact that yes, Kelsey and Tory were simply shuffling over the gun. And this is why I feel like it's so important to say again, nobody fucking shot Meg. Nobody shot fucking Meg. Okay, they were tussling over the gun. The gun hit the ground. It ricocheted off the ground and it went into her goddamn leg or her toe or wherever the fuck it went. But that's completely different than somebody literally aiming a gun at you. And again, that's why I always took fucking offense to this shit, because as somebody who's had guns aimed at them, that shit is offensive. There's a complete fucking difference. What you're not going to sit and do is, because another thing that people seem to forget is that Megan was the one who didn't want to talk about any of this. She said that multiple times. Oh, I didn't want to call the cops and she played on the lives of black people and she played on black women's trauma, because she initially said, I didn't want to go to the cops because look at the state of the world and the protests and whatnot and all. It was the perfect fucking excuse for this dumb bitch to use. It was the perfect fucking excuse for this bitch to come up with, was look at the state of the world and I didn't want him to be another victim and this, that, and the third. That never made sense to me. Again, I've literally had guns to my head. Okay? I've had it from somebody that I considered the best friend at a point, somebody I was dating at a point, and then I've also had it from actual law enforcement from, again, when I got caught up in a situation, having no idea, okay, because I was just being a good fucking person and trying to let my friend and his brother stay at my house, and I had no idea what the fuck his brother had done. I thought they was just in town visiting. But my naive ass had let him stay at my goddamn house. And then all of that shit had happened. And I know the type of fear that goes through your body thinking your life is about to be over. And it's happened multiple times to me. You do not, for any fucking reason, go and protect the next bitch. Because I damn sure didn't. Okay, when they was about to lock my ass up, I sung like a fucking canary. And that's when they told me the goddamn truth. Because I'm not about to die. I'm not about to go to jail. I'm not about to do nothing for no goddamn body. I don't care what the fucking state of the world is. I don't care what the fuck they do to men in jail. I don't care what they do to black people. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to sit and tell me that your life is worth this little nigga and he tried to kill you. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all can't be that bad. Like, well, y'all really do be that down that bad over dick. Y'all do. But come on, Megan. Come on. That was the first lie that she had told that made me, I didn't believe this shit from the beginning. This man tried to kill you and you didn't want to say nothing because you know what they do to black men. Be fucking for real. And then aside from that, Megan had said multiple times, I did not want to come forward about this story, but Tory, you wouldn't shut up. And it's not that Tory wouldn't shut up. That's part of it. But it was also the label on her ass. Her label was on her ass because it was like, we got to spin this and use it positively to help boost you up. And that happens every single time a scandal happens. Literally, that's the point of PR, to come in and save the day and twist the story to benefit you. Why do y'all think the Kardashians and the Jenners are so popular even still? Because they take every negative story and they spin it towards positivity. They utilize that energy. They harness that energy for their own good. This is the industry that I'm in. This is the industry that I've been a part of since I was a kid. I don't care if I'm just a bitch that's on YouTube commentating now. I know how this shit works because I've been studying this industry since I was a kid. I'm telling y'all. And I've been in rooms with people seeing it done. This shit never made sense to me. And I'm going to just keep saying it. If I throw a knife up in the air and it slices you, that is not the same as me stabbing you in the back. It's not. So when you go on record and you say that somebody shot you, just like when you say my mental health and it implies suicide. When you say that somebody shot you, it implies that somebody was trying to kill you, that somebody was trying to harm you. And that's not what happened. It was an accident. And all three people were aware of this. And I believe that Megan's drunk ass had sobered the entire fuck up very quickly, because that also happens. I've been drinking since I was 12. That's what we do. We be drunk as fuck, but then we'll sober up real quick. Quote unquote. I believe that all three knew what happened, came up with a story, and that's why they got back in the car, because it was like, okay, this is a story we got to come up with. But when Tory kept talking, which I'm not even mad at Tory, because he's looking guilty. Because again, we live in America where it's like y'all want to act like everybody ain't protected, but somehow the woman always falls to be the victim of the situation. And especially because Megan had gotten shot, it's like, okay, well, Tory must have did it. Tory must have did it. So of course, Tory got his back against the wall. The entire world is looking at him a certain way. Y'all already done agreed to not say anything, to not make shit worse. But Tory's like, I gotta say something because the entire world is looking at me like I'm a fucking killer and I ain't do shit. And I was trying to help. Like, so I'm not mad at Tory speaking up first. I'm not fucking mad. I don't care about the back and forth with the albums. Listen. Now let's go ahead to Megan responding to this. I told y'all this was gonna be long. Y'all better go get you some popcorn or something. I told y'all this was gonna be long.
Is following the street code, not snitching. Are you snitching or are you not snitching? Because y'all trying to pretend like Kelsey shot me. Kelsey didn't shoot me. And I really wonder why her main problem with me was, you won't tell people I didn't shoot you.
Megan, how do you know who the fuck shot you if that night you was drunk and didn't remember? Like, make up your mind. Make up your mind. The story has changed so many damn times.
I was like, Kelsey, I don't want to talk about this on social media at all. But now you won't even get online and defend yourself. So that really just proves my points. Either you took some money or your life is in danger. Like, why won't you get online and say, because this is what y'all care about. Y'all care about online. Because the case, if you say you didn't shoot me, why won't you get on the stand and say I didn't shoot this? You say it online every day. You figure out how to get your to say you didn't do it. You figure out how to get the blogs to say you didn't do it. But the one it would have mattered from was you. You should have said, I didn't do it. Kelsey did it. If she did it, why wouldn't you just say she did it? Kelsey, if you did not do it, why won't you just say, I did not do it?
Because all three, listen, I honestly believe all three of them wanted the case thrown out. I grew up on Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. And the one thing that I learned from Olivia Pope and Annalise Keating is that if you want to get a case thrown out, you make it look as messy as possible. That's literally all they did every single episode, every single season of How to Get Away with Murder. That's literally all Shonda Rhimes wrote for Olivia Pope and the Gladiators. That's literally what it was. All three was in on it. And we're still playing around with semantics of shot versus you getting hit with a bullet. There is a difference. Nobody is going to say they shot because I didn't shoot. Now, if I had the gun and it went off, okay, cool. But I did not shoot you. And I feel like all three was putting out misinformation. It was trying to get the case thrown out. Another part is that people keep forgetting it wasn't Meg versus Tory. It was the state versus Tory. That's a big part that people keep forgetting.
I know who shot me. I said who shot me, and that's why you in jail. Y'all motherfuckers are dragging it online like it's some new evidence. There's no new evidence. Motherfucking witnesses went missing. Imagine y'all saying somebody is... Wow, I wonder why the witnesses went missing. Did y'all pay them? Why y'all showing up now? Why y'all showing up? It's about to be 2024.
I wonder why the witnesses went missing as well, too. Why EJ don't fuck with you and that was your best friend? Why Justin, the security guard, don't fuck with you and that was your best friend as well? Huh, Megan? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Because there's a very particular picture. Let me see if I can find it. And I can. It comes up on Google. Because I literally used to have them, not as my wallpaper, but I would look at this photo all the time because I would be like, yo, this is going to be me and my nigga. Because I looked at Megan. I was just like, oh, shit. I ain't even put it on screen. Why y'all ain't tell me I ain't had the video and whatnot on screen that whole time? Why y'all ain't tell me that? But look at this. Look at this. I used to look at this photo all of the time. Because anybody that knows me, listen, y'all know I love a big nigga with a belly and a beard. Like, And he looked like so many of my exes. Okay. But I used to look at it, especially as I was transitioning to, I was just like, oh my God, like him and her are goals. Like it just looked like me and my niggas. It looked like me and my niggas. And that was another reason I used to stand Meg, because their chemistry and everything. I was just like, they gotta be fucking. And that's another part that I forgot about. I forgot that I used to think that they was fucking. And that adds to why I feel like Megan is dead ass wrong. Because why don't y'all two talk anymore, Megan? Because you want to talk about witnesses missing and this, that, and the third. And I also remember that they wanted him to come into the court, but he was so busy with a soccer game or some prior obligation that he had, as if it was more important than this bitch who you've been defending for the past couple of years. Like, you was literally her best friend and security guard. Megan, why is it that everybody in your life suddenly fell out when all of this shit happened? Tell the truth. You're not telling the fucking truth. You're telling the side that looks good to Twitter. You're pandering to social media. You're looking at the tweets, you're reading the comments, and you're pandering to what makes sense and what's getting the most votes on social media and what's going viral on social media. She's pulling a Candace. She's pulling a Real Housewives of Potomac, because they do it all the time. They see how Twitter feels, and then they go and film the new season based off of how Twitter feels, which is exactly why they trying to do a Robin takedown now, and it's not fucking working. You sit here talking about people missing. Where's this motherfucker at? Where's EJ, your stylist? That's why he came back to the trial, and he wasn't necessarily defending you, because Megan, everybody knows that you are a fucking terrorist. Everybody fucking knows that. You are not innocent.
Witnesses went missing. Did y'all pay them? Why y'all showing up now? Why y'all showing up? It's about to be 2024. Y'all still with me.
And look at the comments. You look good. You too beautiful to stress this. Because that's all people fucking give a fuck about. Again, as long as you're a black woman, you got a vagina that's able to birth babies, and you pretty. We going to trauma bond, because I see myself in you. This could have been me. This could have been my daughter.
Y'all still on me. Why? Because y'all see me moving on and doing better. Y'all see me trying to heal and trying to grow, but y'all keep trying to bring me back this way when I'm trying to go this way.
This is actually much bigger than Meg. It's the universe that's bringing this out. And we're going to get to that part. Like I said, baby, go ahead and like this video. I don't know if I'm breaking this up into parts, if I'm going to keep the whole thing online. If I'm going to keep the whole thing online and then break it up in parts in a couple of days, I don't know. But y'all better go like this video. Go get you a snack. Go get you a snack and come on right back, because we ain't even get into the natal chart part of it, because we can sit here and we can have our opinions all day that we want about this. But one thing that I know is that I know my shit. I know my gifts, and I know astrology like the back of my fucking hand, and I'm learning every day. So we can fill out the ways that we want to. But just like I mentioned with the whole Diddy shit, well, I ain't really do a deep dive on Diddy yet, but like the astrology also backs up everything that's fucking coming out. So Meg, you can run, but you can't hide.
Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, oh. Red light, green light, red light, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
All right, let's get back into it.
I was very much happy where I was at. If this man is saying I didn't cheat on her, I didn't do that, well, why the fuck is you responsible? Okay. Don't read that. Don't read it. I was very much happy where I was at. Read that. Like, people can pay for a headline. People can buy bots. I don't give a fuck what you motherfuckers make trend. I'm winning. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I can't be too motherfucking evil because God keep blessing me. I'm not doing nothing to y'all.
Not necessarily. God bless Diddy with billions. And you know what? Because that's a whole other topic that y'all not ready to get into. And I feel like the universe is kind of pushing me to talk about that, because literally this exact topic came up on my feed multiple times last night, and I was dreaming about it. And listen, one day we're going to do a video on all of my gifts. But sometimes I get messages through dreams, right? Sometimes I channel through dreams, and the topic that came up, and I favored it on TikTok because I was just like, I'm gonna figure out a way to make this digestible for YouTube without getting my channel taken down. But basically, it was to say, if we all praying to the same God, then why is it basically that like bad people get, you know, certain things? And that's the topic that y'all not ready for. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna just again keep bringing astrology back into it. Life is about ebb and flows. You're gonna have the good and you're gonna have the evil. That's just it. We're never gonna live in a world where it's just 100% good. It's just not. That's just not realistic. It's just not. You're always gonna have the duality of both. There's always gonna be spiritual warfare in the fight between. Like it's just that's life. That's life. But you cannot like. I hate when people do that. Like, and I get why. I get why. But there's so many bad people in this world who put on a mask of being good or try to portray themselves as good that's really fucking evil. Do a deep dive on Diddy. Do a deep dive on Oprah. Do a deep dive on half of these billionaires out here. Hell, there are look at fucking hip hop. All of these rappers that are sitting here rapping about killing people, having parties, stealing, fucking up their damn communities, being fucking degenerates, and they're the ones that's getting made into millionaires. Girl, so don't try to bring God and don't try to, because again, that goes back to what I said earlier. That's that trauma bonding. That's that. Let me throw in certain words, because when I bring God into it, that means I can't be too bad because now we getting the church involved, now we getting religion involved, now we getting spirituality involved. No, bitch, you still an evil motherfucker.
So I would really appreciate if everybody would let me heal in peace, would let me move on, because I'm not talking about y'all. I don't have anything bad to say about none of you people. I would never, if we was ever cool and we fell out, the business safe with me, friend. Because y'all can get online and try to talk about my dirt all y'all want to. Y'all don't want to know who's in the same room. Y'all don't want, like, y'all do want to know who's in the same room, but I would never air y'all out. Don't read that.
No, air them out, Megan. Air them out. Air them out. Air them out. Air them out. Unload the fucking clip. I hate when people do that as well, because Candace, again, from Real Housewives of Potomac, does that a lot. And I literally just had to tell her yesterday, and she's gonna like the tweet like I'm playing with the bitch. I'm not playing with you, girl. Y'all gonna get enough of getting online and being all cryptic and shit. No, air it the fuck out. If you truly tired and you truly want peace, air it the fuck out so it can end once and for all. Air the motherfucking clip out the goddamn tank. Unload that bitch on everybody. But you're scared to, because you already know that there's going to be immediate backlash and reactions to what it is that you're saying, because there's going to be people that's going to come in and counter the story. No, Megan, that's not exactly how it happened. No, Megan, here's actually what you did. And then people will use that and try to hang it over people's head to make it seem like they got more ammo or one up, and really, bitch, you're dirty. You're dirty. You're dirty, and you know you playing dirty. And you know if you was to ever come clean about the quote-unquote truth, that you would instantly be outed and exposed as a fucking liar and a true narcissist that you are. Let's go ahead and get into my original video. Shout out to those of y'all that was around when I was doing on-screen videos. Also, shout out to those of y'all that don't know how I look, even though this channel has a face icon, and like literally, baby, I mean, my face is right here. But okay. Listen, and shout out to those of y'all who be trying it using he, him pronoun. Like, listen, my voice. Listen, usually when I be doing these videos, my voice supposed to be like real soft and delicate and whatnot. But I just be getting so passionate that Jersey comes out. It's a New York thing, and it's a habit that I've been trying to break for years. Like, my voice is supposed to be soft and sweet and delicate, but like when I get passionate, I be calling myself Chi Chi, but child, Chi Chi be turning into Jersey. Jersey is the one that's so hard and like New York, and I'm a work in progress, y'all. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm working on myself. I'm healing. But let's go back to my original video. Like I said, this shit about to be long. Not too much longer, y'all, because now my computer is on 24%. Child, and it was just on 40%. Ooh, we're gonna have to skim through this.
I love manual network documentation, said no one ever. Automate network documentation with Ovid. It's time to...
Megan Thee Stallion is problematic as fuck. And if y'all cannot see that after literally what the fuck has been going on these last 2-3 years, let alone this week, then y'all are the problem. Want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
I'ma just play this anyways, because y'all ain't heard this song. A lot of y'all. Okay, fuck the intro. Yeah, because we're gonna have to skip through this. So, like I said, this was 11 months ago that I posted this. And I wrote, it's clear that Megan Thee Stallion was injured. That cannot be disputed or argued. However, what's unclear is the role that she played in the fated events that night. Was Megan an accessory to her own attack? Let's talk about it. Let's go to the comments. I literally agree with everything you said. I made people mad with this discussion because none of it makes sense. I'm glad somebody touched on it. Even with the verdict, I still feel how I feel. A verdict doesn't mean anything, especially with no proper evidence. I personally agree with you. I have no suspicions that everyone would have been on her side if she wasn't pulling all of these manipulative tactics. Monique did the same thing. And you know what's crazy? It was proven in court that she lied. She set her ass up there and lied on the stand. Yeah, let's talk about it because she lied about liking Nicki Minaj. Nicki called her out. Megan Tory never exchanged blows, but he beat Kelsey up though. Per the expert, that specific gun can okay, I'm not getting into all that. Like I said, my shit is on 24%. I believe Tory shot Meg, but she ain't give us nothing to work with. She has made it hard to defend her from jump. I'm over it. Whatever happens in court is what it is. And this is what I said a year ago. They are all lying to get the case thrown out. They wanted to cover that night up to save their careers, and the state and Rock Nation wouldn't let it go. Hence why so many twists and turns now. They're all still protecting each other by protecting themselves to get it dismissed. That's how I felt. That is literally how I felt. I never trusted her after she sacrificed her mom for fame. Ooh, baby, y'all not ready for that deep dive of a video. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready for that deep dive of a video. Because it's true. It's true. Right before a lot of these rappers go, y'all not ready for that. That's why I keep telling y'all to hit the join button so we can start having deeper conversations that I can't necessarily have the way that I want to have them on the main channel. Hit the join button on Patreon. Like, I'm trying. Come on. Let's see. Truths, her lies. Like, you kind of been looking at the case a little bit differently. Now, listen, I'm not going to do this like a typical video where I would just be off the cuff because I don't want to say anything that's going to get me canceled. Because if I say what I truly in my gut heart feel, and if I really go into it, it's not going to be censored. It's not going to be pretty. So I figured for this little video, we could do this a little bit differently. Okay. I enjoy Reddit. I enjoy the threads and whatnot over there. And, from time to time, I like to post on things that interest me, right? And if you don't follow me on Twitter, whenever hot topics happen, whenever the shows that I like to watch are happening, I live tweet, okay? So I love to get my opinion. And after years of being on YouTube and knowing how deadly my mouth can be and knowing how passionate I can get, I just realized that all things considered, it's probably best if I just kind of expand upon a post that I put onto Reddit, right? My thoughts are already written out. They're a lot more clear because if I sit here and I rant like I really want to, baby, y'all gonna get me the fuck up out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna just read back and forth between. Mind you, I am trying to put this on because this video was like 1 hour and 23 minutes. I'm not trying to play this entire video, but I am speeding it up so we can get through this. Just a warning, because my computer now is on 20%. Listen, if y'all don't know what's going on, we making it through. Content and coin, child, and my computer screen is broke. Look at me giving y'all unnecessary background detail to make this video even longer. Child, my computer screen broke, and so I'm using one of the outlet plugs. On a new MacBooks, you only get 2 sockets. So I'm using one of them for the HDMI cord, and then I got the other one used as the mic. So just a heads up, the audio is about to change because I'm not done with this video, and I'm not about to wait 3 hours for my MacBook to charge. So I'm about to take the microphone plug out, put the power plug in, so we can keep this shit going. The audio is going to change, but we're going to make it do what it do. Okay, so I went ahead and unplugged my microphone so I could plug in my power cord. So obvious audio change, but hopefully, this won't annoy y'all too much and we can still make it through. Shout out to those of y'all that's still here keeping up with the video. But let's go ahead and get back into her. My her being me. Notes and kind of, just get my commentary through this, right? Because there's a lot going on, and it's a lot that is pissing me off. And just to make something very, very clear, this is not a Megan Thee Stallion hate video. It's not. It's not. This has nothing to do with whether or not you like Megan Thee Stallion personally. This has nothing to do with whether you like Tory Lanez personally, right? This has nothing to do with whether or not you're a fan of their music, what their music sales are doing. And this has nothing to do with man or woman or being fucking black. This has to do with being a fucking human. And one thing that I'm noticing that we need to fucking bring back is critical thinking, okay? Critical fucking thinking. And that's what I'm going to promise to do with every commentary that I do from here on forward. Because when I tell you that every time something happens within the industry and within the media and within the news, it's just like everybody's projecting and emotions are all over the place. And, you know, everybody's speaking from their personal place of trauma. And it's just like logic is completely out the fucking window at this point. It's out the fucking window. And a lot of the questions that are circulating on social media right now are a lot of the wrong fucking questions. Like, but we're going to get into all of that. Like I said, I don't want to be all over the place. And just so y'all know, this is just literally a commentary video on my thoughts and everything. If y'all would like me to do a deep dive, I would love to do a deep dive, okay? With all the trial transcripts and all of that. But it's just a quick little one. So just putting something out there to change up some perspectives or give you a different perspective, a different outlook on the situation, okay? So now, and get this, like I said, this video was filmed 11 months ago, so damn near a year ago. And even now, a year later, I'm still saying the same thing. How I talk about critical thinking, I'm talking about how people emotionally react, how the media will use that to their advantage, and nothing has changed. I literally said all of this a year ago, and I'm still making videos talking about the very same damn thing a year later. Just wanted to throw that out there. I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and get the fucking to her, okay? Now, like I said, I'm all over Twitter. I'm all over social media, just like everybody. I love to tweet out my thoughts. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter, okay? Sky Santana on Twitter. Yes, make sure that you follow me. Pluto in my 10th house, okay? If you know astrology, baby, you know that I'm a natural born investigator. I'm a natural born psychologist. Like, I know fucking human behavior and human psyche, right? And so I can't. Let me back that up, because even astrology, I'm still talking about. I'm gonna have to break this video up in 2 parts. Doesn't mean that I'm not working. Like, I'm always looking at stories, researching shit. Like, you would think I'm a fucking journalist, right? Because I'm constantly researching shit, constantly looking at shit, looking at what the people are saying, looking at what the facts are, okay? Trying to get to the bottom of the situation. Like, baby, I have Scorpio, Pluto in my 10th house, okay? If you know astrology, baby, you know that I'm a natural born investigator. I'm a natural born psychologist. Like, I know fucking human behavior and human psyche, right? And so I constantly, like, prepare like I'm doing these hot topic videos, and sometimes they come to fruition. Most times they don't. But regardless, I say that to say I didn't start taking an interest in Megan Thee Stallion recently. Like, and we're gonna get into that and what I mean by that. Like, I've been noticing her career literally ever since she did, and she did Big Ol' Freak, and then oh, my pain is worse. My pain is worse. But it's just like we can go tit for tat in ways in which, some people are more protected in one area than another. Okay. Because just like we could say, like, oh, when it comes to domestic violence, women are not protected. Well, when it comes to, like, fathers wanting to be around their kids, women have the upper hand and automatically get the rights and whatnot when they file in court. And then men are automatically placed on child support. Right. So it's just like we can go tit for tat, whatever. Neither here nor there. Like I said, I'll do a super deep dive video on that one day. However, with this situation, like I said, you're either completely on Tory's side blindly, okay, or completely on Meg's side blindly, right? Both sides are reacting from their own traumas and projecting, right? Then you have people that are kind of like just like watching, that are non-biased, that kind of have swayed back and forth. Like, stop, not me having a vape in my hand, and that while I filmed that a year ago, and I'm literally recording this, smoking my vape. Oh, she got a problem. Oh, but she's also the solution. One moment it was believable for situation, at least 5 seconds of a crime or court TV actual court, and then a court of public opinion. Because if we leave it up to the court of public opinion, motherfuckers, like innocent motherfuckers around the world, will literally go to jail and be. And let me replay that one more time. Matter. Again, this is why I say a lot of people are speaking from their own trauma, their own personal experiences. It's like nobody's slut shaming. Like, and that's the thing. In 2023, can everybody stop racing to be a victim? Stop racing to be a fucking victim. Like, it's a reason why you have to go to school and get a fucking degree to do this shit. Like, it's a reason why it's a thing called the actual court and then a court of public opinion. Because if we leave it up to the court of public opinion, motherfuckers, like innocent motherfuckers around the world, will literally go to jail and be dying every fucking day if we left it up to y'all, right? Because has nobody watched Snap? Has nobody watched like any of these crime shows? Like, there's a process of shit. And let's go ahead and get into that, right? So like I said, sexual history matters. Why is no one understanding that it's the court's job to not only find who's guilty, but the motive? The motive, right? Has no one seen Fatal Attraction? Snapped, America's Most Wanted. Let's say Kelsey did it. Okay, so then the question becomes why, right? Then the question becomes why? Oh, because Meg slept with not only Tory, but 3 of her other past partners, allegedly, right? So then, yeah, the sexual history does matter. Again, anyone who's seen at least 5 seconds of a crime or court TV show knows that motive is a huge part, and the court and authorities are always trying to figure out how people are in relation to another because it fucking matters. And I'll give you an example, right? Like, you'll see a lot of times on the show, they'll count how many bullets, right? And this is how dumb y'all sound, right? Because y'all asking, what does Meg's body count look like? Like, what does Meg's body count mean to this situation? That's like y'all asking, like, why does it matter how many bullets was fucking shot? Bitch, she was shot. Because, baby, let's pretend that we just only knew that Megan got injured, right? And we didn't know who else was around and involved or whatever, right? Y'all that's sitting here asking, oh, how many bullets? Like, what the fuck does that matter? Can we just focus on the fact that somebody did it? No, bitch. No, bitch. No. Because one could be an accident. But 32 of them motherfuckers could mean, oh, this was personal. This was likely somebody close to her. This could be somebody that's linked to her personal life. Or it could just be a cold-blooded murderer. So the questions fucking matter because we need to determine the fucking motive, right? We need to determine the motive of the goddamn situation. So Meg asking why this matters is just another example of her trying to win court of public opinion. Because between all the lies that's making her defense weak and then wrong moves like showing up to court with her titties out, like literally, Meg, why are you showing up to court like this with your titties out, right? And I seen the blazer on somebody else and I seen how it looked with the titties, you know. But why are you showing up in that same blazer with your titties out, right? Again, like a lot of moves are being made by Meg that are not making her defense very strong. It's like there's a lot of lies, a lot of deceptions. Like somebody on your team, like somebody, your lawyer, whoever on your team should have told you, like, listen, I don't think you should be going to the court with your titties out. Like, this not the strip club. This not motherfucking Magic City. Like, baby, this is like you here to fight for your life, but you got your titties out. And y'all can argue me all day, baby. We'll do videos and argue back and forth. Y'all can argue me all day. A lot of motherfuckers get their body done or had their body out because they want attention, right? That's why I got my titties out, baby. Listen, 3-4 years of transition and you're going to see these goddamn titties. Okay, ain't that true? The fuck? So come on now. Like, you want to see a judge. Why the judge need to see your goddamn nipples? But nobody advised her of that. And she just thought that was, but this is what I'm saying. Things like this add to a weaker defense and makes your fucking case look shitty, right? It makes your case look unserious, right? But these are the questions nobody's asking. Everybody's just like, but she got shot. Right. Let's move on to my next point. So number 2, everyone is just projecting and trying to make this an issue of, well, a black woman got shot. Bitch, I don't care if it was a black woman, a white woman, a cat, a giraffe, a bat, a car, a donkey. I really need y'all to stop making black trauma a personality trait. Like, can y'all please, going into 2023, can y'all please stop making oppression your aesthetic? Please. Because every time y'all try to black woman everything or black, and I'm still talking about this same shit in 2024 because y'all still doing it. Oppression is not an aesthetic. It's not an aesthetic. Like, everything is not because you're black. Yes, things happen because you're black, but a lot of y'all just be adding that to everything like it's fucking Sazone. Like, y'all be seasoning everything, like spicing up the sentence by adding as a black woman. And we need to stop that. Like, stop making that your whole character. Thank God y'all hoes don't write fucking plays and screenwrites and all of that, because if we had to find a description of the character, the only thing we would know about her is that she's black and a woman. Leave it up to y'all. Like, come on. Come on. But that is what everybody just keeps saying. Like, everybody's projecting because as a black woman, she got shot. And so now everybody is riled up in emotion, right? Everybody is riled up in emotion. And one day, again, all these videos that I keep saying we're going to do, okay? Because critical thinking needs to be brought back, right? Because see, when you make a statement like as a black woman or as a black in America, it's like black people, black culture. It's like the spidey senses go off and it's like, oh my God, trauma, I can relate. And so since the very beginning, the narrative has been as a black woman, I got shot. As a black woman, I got shot. And then I tried to protect this black man. We'll get to that part too. We'll get to that part too. We'll get to that part too. Okay. Because I got things to say about that as well. Right. But like I said, everybody's just projecting and trying to turn this into a black woman got shot issue. And the problem with this is that lately there's been this trend of protect black women, which is a complete fucking illusion, by the way. It's a complete fucking illusion. I'm sorry, I'm here to bust your bubble. It's a complete fucking illusion. It doesn't exist. Protect black women, it's not a real movement. Black culture, not a real thing. Black community, A figment of your imagination, baby. A figment of your imagination. Listen, we could even bring up Gunna. Gunna literally just got out of fucking jail, and all everybody's concern is, bitch, did he snitch on Young Thug? That's community to y'all. This nigga out here looking like he about to shit on his goddamn self. Want to make sure he not about to get got in the fucking streets because he don't want to look like a snitch out here in the streets. That sound like community to y'all. Huh. Well, your life is in danger and you can't even speak up against it because it will put your life in even more danger. Like, that's a community? Okay, black people. Okay. But like I said, I'm starting to notice that, a lot of people use this whole protect black women thing in situations to evade accountability. And so the fact is that, yes, Meg was indeed injured. Because words are powerful, and we're going to use the words that it is. Meg was injured. Meg was injured. But how we got there is important. And her constantly lying, plus her checkered past with industry friends, relationships, all of that fucking matters. And see, when it's questioned, then solely relying on, okay, well, she's a black woman that got shot. Do you see how that kind of blurs the line and just kind of allows her to escape accountability? It just blurs everything, and then we miss out on the key details that matter. Like I said, we need to figure out a motive. But if everything that is coming out is questionable, and then we question it, and then it's, oh, you must hate black women, then it's just no, baby. No, Meg said on Gayle King and said that she didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory. She literally said that. Now it's coming out that she did. And then if we call that out, then it's, oh, you hate black women. No. It has nothing to do with hating black women as a general. Again, please stop making oppression and negativity and trauma your aesthetic. Why do you rush to be the victim? Let's start there, please. But aside from that, it's baby, we just have questions, because are you expecting to force feed us bullshit and then us digest it and accept it because you're black and a black woman? Bitch, what? Literally makes no fucking sense. And so that's literally how this whole trial has been. A lot of things are coming out and it's just okay, but she's black. She's a black woman. But she's a black woman and she got shot. And it's just okay, we can't keep bringing that up every time somebody's okay, but Meg, why did you lie about this? Oh, we find out, okay, Meg, you were the one turning up at Kylie's party and y'all got kicked out. Oh, but she still got shot. Why does any of that? Stop doing that. It's let me replay that. Bitch, what? Literally makes no fucking sense. And so that's literally how this whole trial has been. A lot of things are coming out and it's just okay, but she's black. She's a black woman. But she's a black woman and she got shot. And it's just okay, we can't keep bringing that up every time somebody's okay, but Meg, why did you lie about this? Oh, we find out, okay, Meg, you were the one turning up at Kylie's party and y'all got kicked out. Oh, but she still got shot. Why does any of that? Stop doing that. It's because a lot of people tried to say that was a lie, and the driver confirmed that it wasn't a lie. Right. Okay. Like a little kid that knows that they're in trouble, and it's just okay, but this. And it's just no, we need to figure out how we got here. Remember, let's start there, the podcast. We need to figure out how we got here. With how did we get to D? We got to go back to ABC. Okay? So let's continue. Let's go ahead and continue. Number 3. There's a complete difference between getting out of... Wait, hold on. What the fuck is that? Hold up. Do we need a vape break? Hold up. Shout. The font's so motherfucking tiny. I can't even see this shit. Let's go ahead and supersize this shit. We're not editing this video. This shit is happening in real time. What's up? My bad. I had to go ahead. Body stabbing you. Okay? All right. Now let's go ahead and get into it. What I say was next. Okay. Number 3. There's a complete difference between getting cut and somebody stabbing you. Okay? Complete difference between getting cut and somebody stabbing you to death. And if Meg got hit by bullets ricocheting off the ground, now if you don't know what that means that maybe somebody shot or a gun accidentally, whatever. Regardless, it's bullets going in a direction and it bouncing off something, right? So if Meg ended up getting hit by bullets ricocheting off the ground, but went around telling everybody that she got shot, that's a difference. Because when you say Tory shot me, that's implying that it was intentional. Nobody's gonna sit there and do the critical thinking. It's gonna be, oh my god, what? Who the fuck is trying to kill you? Who the fuck is trying to kill you? No, that's why I said it's a difference. Words are very powerful, and you have to listen to the words that people say, because
and a year later, I'm still saying the same shit.
this is why it's so important to pay attention to all the lies that have come out, okay? Like such as the whole fucking Gayle King interview, right? Because now even people are saying, no, she didn't lie. She didn't lie. I mean, it wasn't a relationship if they only had sex one time. No, baby. This is why you got to pay attention to what people say, because semantics. People will play the game of fucking semantics to try and push whatever narrative they want and get whatever agenda they want across. And no, it fucking matters. Were you fucking cut or were you stabbed to death, right? And so it brings up the question, right? If bullets were ricocheting off the ground, but you're going around saying, I was shot, you already know people in their heads are going to think, oh, somebody was trying to kill you. Somebody was trying to kill you. Because you say, you shot me, which implies somebody picked up a gun, aimed it at you, and literally fired, right? Complete fucking difference. Complete fucking difference. And so for 2 years, that was the narrative. And so if it does end up coming out that you weren't shot, but that a bullet got in your foot, or like a bullet ricocheted, that's a complete difference. And if you're going around telling everybody and implying that somebody was trying to kill you, that's nasty as fuck, and that's wild as fuck. That's wild, extremely fucking wild. Okay, because you can't just make accusations like that now. Like I know a lot of y'all again like to play victim, and it's just like I'm gonna automatically go to a place of defense and try to go like you got to be very careful with the words that you use, right? It's like you get into a disagreement with a white person and you're black, and then you automatically labeling them as a racist, and it's just y'all are just two humans that got into a fucking disagreement. Like you can't, like you got to be very careful because words are powerful, and a lot of these words hold weight and will stick with you and follow you, and that'll become your whole fucking profile and your whole trajectory. Like over your life will be that, right? But like I said, it's not just about a wound. Even when arrests are made, was it harm or was it attempted murder? Right? Because that matters. Was it harm or was it attempted murder? Two completely different fucking things. Two completely different fucking things. Were you harmed by a gun, by a bullet, or was it attempted murder? Two completely fucking different things, right? Because painting a very specific narrative and weaponizing black trauma and the Protect Black Women movement over America, to have America thinking that this man was trying to kill you when really a gun went off, whether it was accidental or not, a gun went off and you caught a stray bullet, that is wild, regardless of how y'all try to spin it and paint it. It's wild. It's fucking wild, right? It's fucking wild. And yes, Meg still got injured. Yes, a bullet still ended up in her foot of fragments. Yes, she still got injured. But a gun accidentally firing or niggas playing too much is not the same as a gun to your head. And I would know. I would fucking know. I've had multiple guns all at once aimed at my motherfucking head. Okay? And you best believe that I sang like a canary, okay, when it came time to wrap up that situation and resolve it, right? Right? Saying like a motherfucking canary, because I'm never gonna have a gun in my head again, ever. We never about to play with my life like that. I don't give a fuck what's going on in America. Okay, yeah, I will be out there on the front lines marching with everybody else. Okay, when it's time to march. Okay, but guess what? I'm not about to be the fucking role model. The fucking what do you call it? The like you're not about to make me an example for Black America. No. I'm not the poster child for Black America. This is not the time to stand up for no, baby. If you had a gun to my goddamn head and you was threatening my motherfucking life, fuck I look like giving a fuck about yours. That is not the time for me to stand up and try to be a hero for Black America and be like, well, I don't want the cops. I don't want the cops. Again, since the beginning, it's like, let's jump in front of the narrative. Let's jump in front of everything and make it look like, let's just get Black people on my side. Let's win over the court of public opinion. Okay, if we could get ahead of the judge, get ahead of the court, get ahead of everybody, and make this a Black trauma thing. Because again, all Kim Kardashian has to do is breathe, and y'all niggas are upset. Okay, all a fucking company has to do is do blackface, and then y'all are upset. But then buying the shit next week. It's a lot of fake outrage. It's outrage for the moment, and there are people out here that know how to weaponize that. Why the fuck y'all think Donald Trump became president? That man is intelligent as fuck. Do y'all really believe that he believes half the shit that he was out here campaigning for? Do y'all really believe that? Well, I can't listen. I'm not here to argue that. What I am here to argue though is that do y'all really think that the people that he was campaigning for and the people that he rallied on his side, like, listen, baby, half the people that fuck with Trump don't even fuck with. Okay? Trump loves celebrities. Trump loves gossip. Trump loves hot topics. Trump is a nigga. Let me not say that. See, this is why I gotta write shit down. Because anybody can just clip this and cancel me. Please understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. We are not Trump supporters over here. We are not. We are not. All I'm trying to say, listen, all I'm trying to say, because let's reel it back in for y'all to twist my words. All I'm trying to fucking say is that there are people that understand the human psyche on a different level. And again, as somebody who is a Scorpio Pluto 10th house, just like Donald Trump, okay, wherever you have a Scorpio energy, that's where you are most likely psychic in that area. And like you understand the inner workings of it, right? Having it in your 10th house, that means baby in your career, right? And then having Scorpio Pluto, baby, that means you understand the human psyche, right? And so when you can see that a lot of people are weaponizing traumas and oppressions and fears and this, that, and a third to their benefit, it just rubs you the wrong way. And so from the beginning, this whole case has rubbed me the wrong way because you're not going to make me ever believe in any world that this man shot you intentionally, attempting to kill you. And all you could think about was, let me protect this black man. No, you sound like every reality show that came out from 2020 to 2022. Okay, that was sitting there trying to capitalize off of all the deaths around the fucking world, around all the capitalize off all the fucking marches and protests and shit. Like, that's what you fucking sound like. You sound like, oh, there's a lot of civil unrest in this country right now. Ooh, good example. Let me use that to kind of cover the situation up. That's how it reads. You know how you would turn into a reality show, Love and Hip Hop, Big Brother, whatever. Didn't matter what show, TV show you turned into. They was either talking about black protests, okay, and marching for Black Lives Matter, or motherfuckers was wearing COVID masks, okay? But every show, reality or scripted or movie, was fucking making sure that they took whatever was going on in the world and made coin from it. Because they found the way to spin and weaponize the trauma and fears and all of that we went through. And so, like I said from the beginning, this story never added up to me. And you're never going to be able to convince me that, oh, my life is in danger and I'm going to take that moment to not only get back in the car, because now at this point you're kidnapping me, right? You just had my life in danger. Now at this point I'm back in the car with you. So now I'm getting back in the car with a kidnapper. And then when the cops come, because I care about your life so much, even though you just tried to kill me, that now I'm going to lie because I don't want you to get shot as a black man. But then apparently, allegedly, that later came out this week, like that her real reason for not telling on him was because she didn't want to be a snitch and how snitches look in the black community. Let's okay, go back to what I said earlier about Gunna and Young Thug and all of that, right? What community? Didn't she start off her Instagram video talking about being a snitch? Rather interesting, right? She started off her Instagram video today talking about being a snitch. How convenient. But do you see how like none of this fucking makes sense? Because if that was your like, let's make it make sense, please. Like, if this man was trying to kill you and you were so worried about his life and this, that, and a third, and child, shit, y'all gonna get enough of it. If your main concern is I don't want to snitch on a black man, I don't want to look like a snitch, or I don't, because of how it looks in black men, like, and somebody just try to take your life as you've been implying the last couple of years, you deserve it. At that point, I'm sorry. Not sorry. But see how none of this shit is fucking making sense, right? Like, the fact that there's so many questions and so many things that's all over the place, like, that is fucking problematic. And so all of y'all that are just blindly on either side, I'm at a loss of words. It's just like y'all are clearly projecting and clearly coming from a place of your own trauma. It's just like, why is not everybody, like every fucking body on this planet should be questioning the entire case and questioning all three. Everybody, because none of it fucking makes sense. So to be blindly loyal on, yeah, so then we do need to go into her sexual history, right? Because then it fucking matters. Like, oh, we find out that you slept with 3 of her fucking past partners. Oh, we find out that you put your hands on this girl right before you got shot. Like, all of this shit fucking matters. Y'all can keep saying, but excusing this person. I was about to say this bitch, but I don't want you, listen, this already sounds like a Megan hate train video. Like, but at what point y'all just gonna be like, okay, Megan's messy, right? Because we all watch her go around the industry, try to be friends with everybody and fall out with people publicly on Twitter, like just falling out with people. And it's just like, at what point is she the fucking problem? Like, at what point? So when we get to this situation, everybody's like, oh. And again, I said this a year ago. And what happened this year? She fell out with Pardi. Then she did a song where she subbed him and dissed him. And then now that he's speaking out again, like I said in the first half of the video, Now, all of a sudden, she's the victim again. At what point is she the fucking problem? Kelsey took the money. She took the hush money. This, that, and the third. Like, y'all asking the wrong questions. Y'all focus on the wrong shit. Ask why, if that was to be the case. Why? Yeah, so then we do need to go into her sexual history, right? Right? Because then it fucking matters. Like, oh, we find out that you slept with 3 of her fucking past partners. Oh, we find out that you put your hands on this girl right before you got shot. Like, all of this shit fucking matters. Y'all can keep saying, but Meg got shot, but Meg is injured. Y'all can keep saying that till y'all are blue in the fucking face. She'll get shot again if we don't address this other shit that's going on. Okay, that likely led to her getting fucking shot. See, now I'm jumping ahead because now I'm pissed off the more I keep talking about this shit and how long this video is. Like, now I'm getting fucking pissed off because y'all keep saying, but Meg got shot, but Meg got shot, but Meg got shot. Okay, but how did we get here? It doesn't matter whether we get justice, whether Tory is in jail, this, that, and the third. There needs to be fucking accountability. We can't just keep protect black women and victimize ourselves with every fucking situation. Do y'all not understand that a lot of the good shit that happens to you in your life comes from bad shit? Think about a little kid that you're trying to fucking discipline. They know not to put their hand on top of a stove because they either got burnt or you done popped their hands too many goddamn times, and now they know, ooh, let me not do that because I can put my life in danger. Which ends up being a fucking blessing because now they're not dead. Now they're not in a hospital, right? That's literally everything in this life when you sit down and think about it, right? You become a better person because of the triumphs and all of that you've gone through. And so much of this case is victimizing Meg. It's let's protect her. Let's evade accountability. You bring up anything, any of her flaws. It's like, oh, yes, she got injured. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Tory shot her. Let's throw Tory in jail. Okay, Okay. So what do we do after that? What does Meg learn? Right? Because if it does come out that all of these rumors are true, that you beat your friend the fuck up, that you slept with all her niggas, that you was at Kylie's house turning the fuck up, all these things happened that night, right? Right? Or came out this night, right? Which sounds like agitators of aggression, which sounds like, oh, a lot of shit was being, started up. And you were the reason it was starting up. The shot just ended up hitting you. It just ended with you getting shot, right? But nonetheless, if all of these rumors and all of this, that, and the third is true, let's say Tory gets justice. Let's say, Meg gets justice and Tory is thrown in jail. Let's say all of that happens, right? Baby, all of this can happen again if you ain't learned your lesson. And if you have everybody in America on your goddamn side, every time something wrong that you've done comes out, whether it's you lie or you sleeping with other people, because that's what y'all that are sitting here blindly supporting her are doing, because y'all are speaking from your trauma. Y'all want that part of you that didn't get justice to win so fucking bad. Y'all are putting yourselves in Meg's shoes when this case has nothing to do with you personally. Nothing to do with you personally. But y'all want her to win so bad that it's just like anything that comes out, y'all are just avoiding it and keep saying, okay, but she got shot, right? So there's no real accountability to be had. Now you have to lie to the police because you saw attack. Like, yes, sis, you should be able to wear whatever the fuck you want to when you go out in public. But guess what? There are motherfuckers out here who won't give a fuck about none of that because they was raised differently than how I'm raising you. So be aware of that. And that can be the difference between a life and death situation. That can be a difference between, a motherfucker getting harm done to them or not. So that's where accountability comes into play. And that's what I would like to see with this situation, regardless of what the fucking outcome is. Like I said, I've been watching for years now the fallouts with several different people. And at some point, we can't just keep saying, oh, it's because the mother died. Oh, because the grandmother died. Okay. At what point do we say, Meg, sweetie, chill out a little bit? And if none the fucking less, like, come on, just from this situation, learn something. That's all really the fuck that I'm saying. Okay? Over explanation for nothing. I just don't want it to seem like I'm sitting here like coddles her, using the excuse of her losing her family and being misguided. Maybe she's just messy. No? Right. No one should be getting shot. But everyone wasn't raised the same. Right? So, okay, what's next after that? Right? Some accountability needs to be taken on all parties involved, but specifically for Meg, right? Because you can't talk spicy and continue to fuck people over and then not expect a consequence, right? This is assuming that you done fucked on the friends, you done beat the girl up. Like, that's assuming that all of that is true, right? There's some accountability to be had in this situation. We can't keep saying, but a black woman got shot. But what if a black woman caused it? Y'all do understand that bad shit happens to good people all the time, right? Just like bad shit happens to bad people. And sometimes we cause our own mistakes. We cause our own traumas. We cause our own situations to happen, right? Like I said, you can't talk spicy and continue to fuck people over and then not expect a consequence. So I can see why Kelsey probably took the hush money and ain't here for saving Megan in court. Just because Meg got hit doesn't mean she isn't guilty in this as well. Which brings me to my next point. I believe that Meg felt instant remorse after getting injured. And I'm going to tell you why. Think of it like a school bully who talks all that shit only to someday get their ass whooped, right? Hell, think about academics right now, right? Like everybody and their mama is on Twitter saying academics need his ass whooped. Why? Because y'all tired of him getting involved in women's business. See how y'all do that again? See how y'all do that? Mind you, again, look at how things have not changed. This was a year ago. And what just happened less than a month ago? We had academics versus Carisha and Santana. Astrology is real, y'all. Astrology is really just a study of the planets and just things happening again over time. But a year later, during Capricorn season, Sagittarius season, we still going through the same shit. And the same shit is coming up again. That again? See how y'all do that again? See how y'all do that again? Be weaponizing shit. Not understanding that you be demasculating men, but how that plays a part in the toxic masculinity and this and the third, right? But regardless, so look at how mad y'all are right now at academics for getting involved in women's business and not coming at men like that, right? He's literally racking up. I don't even know what the fuck to call it. Like he's literally every time that academics gets into it with somebody, he's a step closer to getting fucked up. Right? He's racking up bad karma, is what I was trying to say. Right? And so the more and more that, because again, this was filmed a year ago. I have to keep saying that. I filmed this a year ago. And even then, academics was in hot shit for all the bullshit that he was doing. But he was racking up bad karma. And then look what happened this year. Carisha, he got into it with Carisha. Santana wanted to pull up on him. It was a big thing all over the internet. And it's like you racking up bad karma. You just going around doing shit. Everybody not going to take it. And then eventually at some point, something's going to happen. Right? If that can happen for Santana, it can most definitely happen for Meg and for anybody on this earth. But imagine that there's a school bully who talks all that shit only to someday get their ass whooped. Yes, somebody was hurt. And yes, it is a problem. But if you know you are known to be messy and mixy, both of which Meg is publicly known for, some would say that, well, at some point, you had it coming. So there's a guilt and a shame over that. Maybe you don't want to retaliate and send this man to jail because you realize the part that you played that got you here. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, nigga, you still hurt me. So what if when the state forces a trial and then forces your hand, now that you're publicly embarrassed and forced to comply with the state, now it's like, oh no, now I'm going to do whatever to get my payback, right? At first, I was willing to let it go because, you know, there's a shock of everything. And it's just like, you know, because y'all know how sometimes you just be caught up in a situation and you don't expect it to go that far, right? I assume that Meg was talking her shit. Whether she put her hands on anybody or not, she was talking her shit. But you don't expect to get shot, right? And I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that they probably were fighting, arguing. Then she got injured somehow. And then there's that instant remorse of like, oh, damn. Let me chill, right? Right? Because it's either one or two things that could happen. You could either beat the bully ass and they continue bullying and try to come back better and come back with 10 more of they niggas. Or like most people would hope, you're like, no, let me chill. Like they're going to back. I think there was some sort of instant remorse. And I think, you know, because y'all have to remember, Meg never pressed charges. She never pressed charges. To this day, she has not pressed charges. This is not a Meg versus Tory case. This is the state versus Tory, right? She still hasn't pressed charges to this day. So I feel like the only reason why she turned up in the case was because it was just like, listen, I wasn't going to do anything, but now that the state has forced my hand and I have to comply with them, and you've also publicly embarrassed me since then. Oh, now I'm gonna turn up. Now I'm gonna turn up. At first I was remorseful, but now I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna turn up on the test. I'm gonna weaponize this situation and use it to the benefit of my career, right? Everybody loves an underdog. Everybody fucking loves a victim. Which brings back the fucking rumors of Rock Nation pushing and shit. Like every time you turn around since the fucking beginning, it's been, well, as a black woman in America. Listen, every time y'all hear that statement, every time that y'all hear something about somebody being black or somebody being a black woman, I want y'all to know that y'all are being played. Y'all are being manipulated. That is somebody stating something to evoke a certain emotion in you. Because black people are so tied to trauma that it's just like when you hear as a black woman, your spidey senses go up. You're instantly offended. You're instantly feeling like you're in community with somebody. Not understanding that it's a community of trauma and y'all bitches are just trauma bonding. So anytime you're watching like a TGIF, and this is the problem that I had with Cobra, because I'm perfectly okay with Megan. And y'all see how my voice, y'all see how now my voice is all light and sweet and shit because I'm not going off no more and now the video is going off. Okay, listen. But this is the problem that I have with Cobra. This is really the problem that I have with Cobra because I'm totally okay with Megan getting her shit off. Like, get your shit off. You're an artist. Like, get your shit off. Get your story out there. Get your emotions. That's totally cool. But also understand where to accept responsibility and accountability. Like, you can't always position yourself as the victim. Where did you go wrong? And any good therapist, again, y'all always hear me say it. I'm intuitive as fuck. I'm psychic as fuck. I'm a light worker. I'm a healer. I'm a therapist. I'm all that and above. That's what you could call her. Like, any good therapist, any good person that's there to give you sound advice is going to sit you down and figure out where you went wrong. Because no matter what is done to you on this earth, no matter what anybody does to you, no matter who they are, people go on to live their life as you are left to deal with the damage and the remains of what happened. That's just reality. It doesn't matter what somebody's done to you. They're off living their life, not even thinking about you while you're sitting there sad, mad, depressed, ready to kill yourself. Like all of this is going on. And at some point you have to deal with that. When you go to therapy, they ask you, okay, what happened? But how did it make you feel? Okay, so what do you do from here on moving forward? If you want an apology, you'll be like, oh, I want an apology. I want them to say sorry. Okay, but they're not going to. So now what? But every time you turn around, every time Megan speaks, it's, I'm trying to heal. I want to be the best me. The world is attacking me. But girl, are people attacking you or are you throwing a rock and hiding your hand? You can't say, I want to heal and I want to work on me and I just want genuine people around me when you were the one to surround yourself with people and turn up and drive the boat. But then yet now, years later, you want to talk about how nobody recognized that you needed to stop drinking? Yeah, bitch, because you were the one with money. You had a bunch of yes people around you that wanted to turn up and have fun with you. You're in your 20s. That was literally your whole brand, to be a hot girl that loves to throw ass, throw that pussy on niggas, get the bag and drink and turn up. You created that brand, Megan. You did. There's no accountability anywhere. I want her to stand up and not just say, oh, I've made bad decisions. No, I want her to be accountable with specifications. I should have known when enough was enough. I shouldn't have been sleeping around with multiple partners of my best friend because it was multiple. I forgot about that. It wasn't just Tory. It was multiple that came out. I should have let my future boyfriend or my current boyfriend know that all the people that he's dabbing up in the studio, I've already slept with. He shouldn't, like, come on now. Come on now. At what point do you take accountability? You should not be in a relationship and then have your boyfriend around all of your exes or all of the people that you know you done fucked and not put your boy on the game. Because now your boyfriend looks stupid. And that was one of the main reasons why Pardi was mad at her and why he started cheating and all of that. Because he realized, oh, I'm really dating a grimy bitch. Here I am putting my whole lifeline to be your Prince Charming, to be the man of your dreams on your arm. And I got America looking at me one way, but in reality, the whole industry is laughing behind my back because they know that they done slept with you. And here I am to America. I look like I'm the good guy, but in reality, you done slept with all of these people. So I look like a fucking dumbass. That's why I wasn't mad with Pardi responding. Because what you're not going to do is have me play the role of the good guy to America, but the people behind the scenes know the real deal and know that I'm actually the nice guy that you're fucking over. Because you got me around all of these people that you done fucked, and they really know it's tea. But yet you have an image to uphold, and I'm helping you uphold that image, not even knowing that you sitting here stabbing me in the back behind. Like, tell your story, Megan, but tell all of it. Don't just tell the parts that make you look good. That is the problem that I have with her. Tell your story, but don't just tell the parts that make you look good. This is not Instagram, bitch.
Or fucking what's that show with Claudia Jordan? Because they do it all the time on there. Cocktails.
A year later, did I not mention this in the first half of the video? A year later, and they were still doing it.
The Queens, every fucking episode. A lot of it is because it's just like we went. I'm not here to say like the humans are, and especially in a court case, like you're gonna do anything to make yourself look innocent and make you win, right? But if she would have come out and be like, listen, y'all, I was turned the fuck up. I did too much. I was yelling in niggas' faces. I was doing too much. But listen, at the end of the day, I still didn't deserve to get shot. I still didn't deserve to, end up wounded necessarily. Like, that would be a lot more digestible for me.
Like this video if you think I'm pretty. Maybe not on this screenshot.
But
oh, or dislike the video. Hell, I don't care. Engage.
It wouldn't go off with the public as strong as, no, as a black woman, I feel like I'm a victim of black violence. And as a black woman, I wanted to protect a black man. And then now that I'm in court in 2022, if I would have known what I known 2 years ago, I just wish he would have killed me. The fact that I have to come to court and I have to sit in front of this man and I feel victimized and y'all are slut shaming me. And it's just like all the trigger words are going off.
Because do not forget, a year ago, she literally said that. I wish she would have killed me. How did it go from I'm not going to tell anybody because I want to protect you from the cops to I don't want to tell anybody because I don't want to snitch to I wish you would have just killed me. Okay, Megan Pete.
Like, yes, let's get the people on our side. Like I'm telling y'all, as somebody that understands human psyche, why do y'all think my story times was so fucking powerful, bitch? Why do you think I know how to captivate a fucking audience? Why the fuck you think you're still watching? Damn near an hour into this shit. Because I know what to say when.
Wake it up. Matter of fact, go ahead and like the damn video. Because we about 2 hours into this shit. Wake it up. Go ahead, like the video. Listen, y'all better go ahead and wake it up. Child, let's hurry up so I can finish this video. Because Chi been in charge of the girls, bitch.
And where? I know what words to say. Like, I know all the keys and tricks and... I can go deep and deep into all of this. Again, this is not a Megan issue. I want Meg to get the justice that she feels that she deserves. This is deeper than Meg. Okay? This is human psychology 101, bitch. Okay? But y'all came here for Meg, so let's keep going into it, okay? But again, all of that matters because it adds to the credibility of the situation, motives, like everything. Like if you don't realize by now, everything fucking matters. Everything matters, right? Because if you are truly innocent, you truly did nothing, somebody was trying to kill you. Why does it take all of this? Why does it take like the lion? Why does it take the interviews ahead of time? Because when she did the Gayle interview, everybody in mama was saying, why are you doing this? Why are you speaking so soon? And why are you speaking now that this nigga has a gag order? Yeah, he put out the album. Like, what's going on? Like, all of this shit fucking matters. Because if your hands are truly innocent in this shit, it's like, it should literally be as simple as, I'm a victim, Your Honor. They literally aimed the gun at my foot. They was aiming for my head. I don't know. Maybe they was aiming for my ass. I don't know. But they tried to kill me. And that should be it. Sure, of course, as the court does, it's going to be a full protocol investigation, all that. But it should be, listen, they tried to kill me and that's that. It shouldn't be all of this. It shouldn't be countless interviews. It shouldn't be, let me respond. Like, even if you get offended and get mad at all, he can talk all the shit in the goddamn world that he wants to. Nigga, you still try to kill me. So I'll see you in court. That's it. That's it. No, but it wasn't that straightforward and simple, because it's not. And if it's one thing that How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal taught me, is that if a crime scene has too much chaos and shit going on, it's intentional. It's intentional. How y'all think Annalise Keating and fucking Olivia Pope got so many people off on their crimes in court? Make the scene look as chaotic as possible. Okay, to try to confuse the judge and the jurors. And that's what's going on right now about everybody. But again, because everybody's so blindly on Megan's side, and we already know all the shit that's out there about Tory. We already know everything that's out there in support of Megan. That's why this video is so far off against that, because I'm offering a different perspective. I'm not here to suck Megan's pussy. Not in this video. Nene is listen, you can't say that Black Lives Matter and then allow people to weaponize your trauma against you for their own selfish agenda. Right. So again, with this case, if somebody was intentionally trying to kill you, then I can see Protect Black Women Movement. But if it's just like an accident or didn't happen exactly how you said it did, but you're portraying it as though somebody was trying to take your life, that is sick. That is nasty. And anybody that has ever truly been a victim of domestic violence should be offended. You should be. Because now you're playing with the term. So like I said, Megan's done that from the start. Moving it along, let's just questions. It's like, no, I have to ask every question. I will say in this episode right here, because I see a lot of people trying to relate the Shanquilla case to this. No, because in the Shanquilla case, that's a little bit different. Allegedly and apparently, at face value, it appears that everybody in Shanquilla's circle was jealous of her. Even if there was beef, how can you, as someone who was so loyal to someone for years, sit back and watch as somebody you call a best friend suffers publicly? Unless you, as her best friend, knows that she's full of shit, and despite her being injured, it's just something that you can't stand behind. It's like, best friend, like, you doing the most, like, you caused this shit. Like, yeah, a gun went off, or yeah, maybe I shot you accidentally or intentionally, or he shot you intentionally, but like, come on, I know that you, like, had you not been running off at the mouth, had you not been putting your hands on me, had you not been doing the fucking most, you went and got shot. Like, I can't ride for you, best friend. Like, you wrong, right? Stop assuming that she's fake, right? And I'm not here to protect her. Assume whatever the fuck you want. I'm just saying, consider all sides. And don't get mad at people that's questioning everything. Because it's like, let's say you and your best friend, you go out. Your best friend is known to get drunk off tequila and then be like, oh, bitches can't say excuse me. So she pulled that one night, right?
Crazy, because I definitely use the same scenario within this video, but I explain it better during this video.
And you know that every time you with her, she decides to do that, and you're gonna have to fight at some point. And one night, she get fucking jumped. Yeah. So now y'all want to call the police because it's like, oh my God, she got jumped. Literally, that's the situation right now. It's a potential possibility that's the situation right now. What if Meg is that drunk girl that goes out, drinks tequila, and waits around for somebody to start some shit? Or she's the one starting shit. What if Meg is that drunk girl drinking tequila like, oh, bitches can't say excuse me? And then one night you meet the right person and them and their friends jump you, right? Yeah. Your friend got hurt. And yeah, you might want to be there for your friend, right? But not unless, allegedly, like the situation with Kelsey, your best friend found out after, like, you found out after your best friend gets jumped that, like, oh, she done slept with your niggas in this and the third. So it's like, oh, I was going to help you, but oh, you're a bitch to me, so damn, they should have jumped you a little harder, right? And that's also similar to what Kelsey said on her diss track, right? Because something like that said, like, oh, if I shot you, it would have been a murder. Which also makes me believe she found out some shit about Megan. Because again, people not just around here talking spicy like that. People don't just say that unprovoked, right? But again, if you go out with your best friend is the type to always start some shit, and one night meets the right people and they jump her, right? You might try to help your best friend, but at the same time, it's like, let's say you find out your best friend has been fucking on your niggas or has fucked you over. You're going to be like, oh, bitch, you on your own. They should have jumped you a little bit harder. So I can see how, in a different world, if these realities were true and these perspectives and these rumors and all that is true, I can see how Kelsey would come from a place of, oh, nah, Meg, If I would have shot you, you would have been dead. Or, oh, nah, I'm going to court and I'm not testifying for you. Or I'm going to court and I'm going to stay silent. Or I'm going to go to court and I'm going to take the hush money. I can see, right? But none the fucking less, it's like, okay, your best friend got jumped. Okay, yeah, call 911. She's in trouble. She's hurt. She's in pain. But if you want to go around now acting like 3 people just came and jumped your ass out of no fucking where and just attacked you when you was turned up off that liquor doing the most and in people's face and they retaliated, that's completely different. You can't.
And I said this then, feeling like that's exactly what happened, but not knowing that that is exactly what happened. I felt in my gut since this story came out that is exactly what happened. In my gut, I felt like Megan was turned up, drunk off the liquor, got in everybody's face, and was doing the most, and people just had enough and retaliated. And now the driver confirmed that. So again, this video was a year old, and even a year ago, I felt like this, and I was still saying, if that's what happened. But like I said, the driver has come out and confirmed that's exactly what happened.
And just attack you when you was turned up off that liquor doing the most and in people's face and they retaliated, that's completely different. You can't turn up off of tequila, do the most in the club, get jumped, and then try to turn it into a protect Black women movement. And that is my issue with this situation. Because so much of this situation is pointing to Meg not being as innocent as she's claiming. And y'all want to focus on the injury and not what led up to the injury. But that fucking matters, because I need to know, am I standing for you or against you? I need to know. Don't have me marching out here in these streets looking stupid. And if y'all been watching my videos lately, y'all notice it's something that I've been saying lately. When it comes to fuck nigga shit, I will literally say, y'all ain't the niggas I'm marching for. Because you're not going to go out here, do some dumb shit that you have no business doing, and then we want to turn it into a Black Lives Matter police brutality situation. No, baby. No, baby. Don't have me out here looking stupid. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to offer different perspectives. I know this video long as shit, but I'm just saying, understand why people are like, I don't know, because it's not looking so cookie cutter. Oh, you just got shot. You just got hit by a bullet. It's looking like, no, oh, baby, you was turning up. Like, you, and all of that matters. Miss me with the, oh, but she still got jumped. Yeah, because you was drunk off Casamigos and starting and popping shit. But y'all keep defending her because this is your favorite rapper, or you're projecting from your situation. But Meg ain't no different than a girl that gets jumped from going off Casamigos and doing too much. If the rumors are true. If.
And it has been confirmed that they are true.
Again,
and we'll get into how astrology is going to come into play.
Perspective. We're not speaking as though they are, because we don't know that for a fact. Okay, matters, because are we giving you 2 years, or is it community service? Is it 10 years? That's why we need to know the motives behind everything and how everybody's related in this situation, right? Because is this your lover? Is this somebody you fucking, or is this your brother? Because that's completely two different relationships, right? And also, that can tell whether or not this is a crime of passion, or, so all of that shit fucking matters, right? So, like I said, closing thoughts. Y'all gotta stop asking, why would such and such do this? That doesn't make sense. Or this person doesn't seem like the type to, listen, bitch, stop. This world is unpredictable. Y'all don't know niggas. Y'all don't know bitches. Y'all don't know people. This world is unpredictable. Shit changes every day. You don't know people inside it. Like, stop that shit. Whether somebody's committing suicide or somebody that committed a crime. You don't know people. You don't know people like you think you do. I don't care how close you think you are. Like, you don't know motherfuckers. So stop. Oh, that don't stand out. So you like the type to lie. Shut the fuck up. You don't know people. Please cut that shit out. Okay? And Meg protecting her shooter and lying. Listen, I already addressed that point. Do you know what I've been through these last 2 years? Okay, but that still doesn't. Okay. Especially since it's like, again, every time more and more comes out that makes her look not as innocent in a situation. Again, not denying that she got injured, but every time something comes out, making her look a little less squeaky clean, resorting back to, as a Black woman, or I got shot. I still got shot. Or, do you know what I've been through these last 2 years? Okay, but that still doesn't. Okay, that's cool. and we'll deal with that, and we can sit down and talk about that. But yeah, you were still turning up that night off Casamigos.
Now I could just be as depressed as I want to be. I want to be sad. I want to cry. I want to fucking tell you everything. I want to tell you my whole life story. And that was my friends at the time too. Everybody around me at that time saw how hard I was going. They saw how sad I was. They saw how much I drank. Nobody in my life at that time was like, Megan, let's not go out tonight. Megan, let's not turn up tonight. Megan, you don't got to do that. Everybody was down with the motherfucking shenanigans. I'll be crying before I walk in the party and bitches will be like, come on, bitch, let's go. You know, I'm crying with my nigga. Why you always crying? You know what I'm saying? Like, people saw me be low as fuck. Once I went and got help, once I got therapy, once I fucking decided I need to love myself. I need to value myself. Because I don't love myself. I'm not valuing myself. I'm fucking up. I'm cracking
out, making her look a little less squeaky clean. Resorting back to as a black woman, or I got shot, I still got shot, or do you know what I've been through these last 2 years? Okay, but that still doesn't. Okay, that's cool, and we'll deal with that, and we can sit down and talk about that. But yeah, you were still turning up that night off Casamigos, drunk and high, and got kicked the fuck out of Kylie's party, which nobody.
Exactly. She does this every single time. When more truths are exposed, she goes deeper and deeper into her trauma bag. And then the comments say, oh, I feel that. That resonates with me. Yeah, nobody understands when you're at your lowest. No, stop. Stop with that.
Is fucking nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. You were so turned up, you got thrown out. You didn't leave the party. You got thrown out. You got kicked out. So you were already turned up. Listen, I'm sorry.
Mind you, when I said all of this, none of this was confirmed until today, a year later. EJ had said something. I had already felt the way. Now we got confirmation from the driver.
I'm sorry. Details matter. And we can protect black women all day, but we can't protect black women who lie. Details matter. And y'all can't keep glossing over important shit like the whole reason they got kicked out of Kylie's house, right? Meg started turning up, doing the most. Yeah, she got injured, but listen, if you had a bigger part to play in everything and was a catalyst to shit escalating, then that matters. It does. Because look at Rihanna and Chris Brown, right? Look at Rihanna and Chris Brown. No, Bree shouldn't have gotten attacked. And especially not in that way, right? But anybody who's seen his documentary that came out a couple of years ago, you'll know that Rihanna actually started that situation. And I'm a stan of Rihanna. She's my favorite artist in the world. But we just gonna call it fact of fact, right? Chris Brown has come out publicly, did a documentary, and stated that Rihanna saw a text message, thought he was cheating, started hitting him. And we all know Chris Brown comes from an abusive background. And whether he did or didn't, bitch, I'm getting attacked by somebody. Fuck social conditioning. Fuck human conditioning. Again, everybody wasn't raised the same way. Fuck all that. But especially since I come from a background where I watched my father beat on my mother or my stepfather or whatever. Like, you attacking me. You punching me in my face and this, that, and the third. I'm going to defend myself. Went a little too far, but you can't poke the bear and tell them how mad to get. But the problem with this situation is that emotions, projections, automatically the world sided with, and again, I am a stan of Rihanna, our favorite artist in the world. I'm just speaking generally about the situation. Everybody sided with Rihanna because she was a woman, then a black woman, then domestic violence abuse, and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, now that the truth is coming out, it's a little bit too late because Chris already has a stain that he's a domestic violent abuser. Now, y'all can argue all day in the comments. Okay, well, what about Karrueche and everything on it? This, that, or that. Okay, fuck all of that. We're not talking. We're not getting that deep into it. I'm just saying, because regardless of what happened later on, years later, whether he proved himself to be or not, that is still what fucking happened after the situation with Rihanna. He was automatically labeled an abuser. And that literally became his title for fucking life. So I'm sorry. Argue with your fucking mama. And I don't care if y'all think this is a hate video against Meg. Like, if you still don't get it by now that it's not a hate video against Meg, and this is just simply offering a different perspective and trying to open people's mind and bring back critical thinking, I don't know what the fuck to say. All I'm saying is that if this story comes out way differently than what has been force-fed to us the last couple of years, there needs to be some sort of accountability on Meg's part. because you done fucked up this man's career, and he's forever going to be looked at as an abuser. Like, nobody wins in this situation. That's why I keep saying, like, they're all lying. They're all fucking lying. But nobody wins in this situation, because regardless, this is going to be something that's talked about, that Meg is now going to have to relive. But, you know, Tory is also going to have to relive, whether he did it or not. This is not a situation where anyone wins, so I'm not on anyone's side. I'm on the side of justice, of truth, of fucking humans. But I'm just saying, like, understand how dangerous shit can fucking be, because if you going around sitting here playing with my fucking life, yeah, maybe I did a little too much that night. Yeah, maybe the gun went off accidentally. But if you're going around telling everybody that I tried to kill you, and you know it didn't go down like that, and the truth comes out that it, like, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So do with all of this as y'all will. I hope y'all fucking enjoyed this video. How long was this shit? An hour and 16 minutes? I promise you. I did not mean to make this video this goddamn long, but do with this as you will. Damn, the fact that I got like 5 more paragraphs left. Let me see. Let me skim through this. Which again is my problem with Meg and why I decided to do this video, because if Night went one way and you glamorizing it as something else, that's dangerous as fuck, because now Tory will forever be known as an abuser over something that could have likely been an accident that got out of hand. That's why every little detail matters, because if you was the aggressor the entire night, sure, you became the victim. But again, if this was any other situation, like Academics getting his ass whooped after years of talking shit online, or if it was like a situation like with getting jumped in the club, y'all would be having a completely different response and reaction. And miss me with the, oh, this is different because this is hand, that's hands, and this is a gun. No, miss me with that. Like, baby, a reaction is a reaction. You can't poke bears and tell them how mad to get, right? But regardless, Meg shouldn't walk away unscathed for all her lying in her part. Specifically, if it comes out she was accidentally wounded by a ricochet or her involvement was much worse and she's the reason all this happened. I do feel like, yeah, like if it comes out she's lying, jail time. I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, jail time. Because look at what y'all kept saying about Jussie, right? Jail time. We're not even going to play them games today. Jail time. If it comes out she was lying, jail time. Nobody's denying that she got a bullet in her foot. Nobody's denying that a gun went off. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about everything else that has been determined to be lies. The jail time, community service, something. Because it's something. If it turns out that this man was not trying to intentionally kill you and attempt to murder you, jail time. Something needs to happen. Something. And at the very least, there's something that needs to happen, needs to be a lesson learned from this situation. Like I said, you can't claim someone attempted to murder you and it happened completely different. Yes, we know she was injured, but every lie detail in this case matters. Just like if somebody finally whooped Academics, and I keep saying that, and he had to go to court for justice, right? And y'all going stop attaching yourself to every, like, Erica De Niro said some great shit today. Go watch her channel, her video. She said some great shit today about being careful which ministry you subscribe to, because there are people that have like everybody has a different mission in life. My mission in life is to unlock the human psyche and get to the bottom of shit, regardless of how uncomfortable, okay, that is going to make people feel. I'm here to transform motherfuckers, okay? Sorry, because I know I just got a whole bunch of new followers based off my baddies videos and whatnot, and some people probably looking at me differently now. I'm gonna probably get some unsubs from this video. Y'all probably already done unsub. I don't care. It is what it is. Megan is a liar, and she's not being 100% honest. Hey, I did it with my story times, and now I'm doing it with commentary. Like, regardless whether or not I'm out of trauma. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of this video. Let me double check my notes and make sure I didn't leave out anything. Okay, so all in all, my closing thoughts was, and I'm just referring back to my notes that I wrote on December 16th, 2022, literally a year ago. A year ago from 3 days from today. I wrote, y'all have got to stop asking why would such and such do blank, that doesn't make sense, or this person doesn't seem like the type to ... Stop. Y'all don't know how people think, and y'all don't know people like you think you do. Look at the world we live in. Unpredictable shit happens every day. Number 2, Meg protecting her shooter and lying. Who lies about trying to protect someone that almost killed them? Okay. Number 3,
And then 3 years later, you wish he would have just killed you. Like, girl, stop begging for sympathy from the court of public opinion. Number 4, we cannot protect Black women who lie. Details matter, and y'all can't keep glossing over the important shit. Like, the whole reason they got kicked out of Kylie's house was because Meg started turning up, doing the most. Yeah, she got injured, but if you had a bigger part to play in everything and was a catalyst to shit escalating, that matters, okay? And then some of this already said, but look at Rihanna and Chris Brown's situation. No, Reese should not have gotten attacked, but it definitely changes the story when you find out that Rihanna was beating up on Chris Brown first, and he only reacted due to his personal traumas, especially considering how now in 2023, that label of abuser is going to be forever stuck with Chris Brown, forever changing the trajectory of his life. Just like with Tory. Tory's already in jail. Whether or not Tory gets released, that's not what I'm here to say. But the fact that Tory has went to jail and the fact that he's gone down for this and so many people already have made it up in his mind that he's guilty, I personally don't feel like that's the truth. That was the point of this video. But regardless of that, he's always going to have that stigma attached to his life till he dies. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. When you're able to change somebody's life like that, that is completely dangerous. And I feel like there needs to be consequences to that. Okay, same way it's like, and yes, I'm jumping to an extreme and it might be a reach to some of y'all, but any situation where you're able to change somebody's life like that, there needs to be consequences. The same way where it's like if you're having sex and then somebody pulls off a condom and then you get pregnant, your life is forever now changed and anything could have happened. You need to be held accountable. So going back to my notes, which again is my problem with Meg and why I decided to do this video, because if that night went one way and yet she's glamorizing it as something else, that's dangerous as fuck, because now Tory will forever be known as an abuser over something that could have been an accident that got out of hand. And now here we are a year later entering 2024 and we realize that it was all just an accident that got out of hand because Megan did the most, was drunk. She went back into Kylie Jenner's place, got kicked out because she was so belligerently drunk. She started putting her hands on Kelsey. They started fighting. Then Tory got involved. And then Tory and Kelsey were shuffling over a gun. And Meg ended up getting hit by a bullet that ricocheted off the ground because they were shuffling over the gun. The gun accidentally went off and she got hit by a bullet that bounced off the ground and not because somebody actually aimed a gun at her feet. 3 years later, 4 years later, that's a completely different story than what was told the last couple of years. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the natal chart part of this. Okay, and this is where shit is going to start getting interesting, right? Because now I'm about to get into my astrologer bag. Let me go ahead and take this off screen for y'all end up seeing my social security number or some shit. Okay, matter of fact, go ahead and like this video while I look for this.
Give me brain, give me dick, give me vibe. On sight, on sight. If you want it to be good, then you better do me right. On sight, on sight. Give me brain, give me dick, give me vibe. On sight, on sight. If you want it to be good, then you better do me right. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Say, I'm your little hoe, I'm your little hoe. Oh, know you want some more, know you want some more. Oh.
Okay, so I got Megan's chart pulled up. Okay, so as you can see, Megan is an Aquarius sun. She's a Leo moon. She's a Mercury Aquarius. She is a Capricorn Venus, a Leo Mars, a Sagittarius Jupiter, Saturn Pisces, Uranus Capricorn, Neptune Capricorn, Pluto Sagittarius, North Node in Scorpio, and she's a Taurus rising. Now, why does this matter? So let's go ahead and do it. And this is going to be like a mini reading for her. So with the sun being in Aquarius, this tells me that she's very innovative. She kind of beats her own drum, kind of quirky, kind of out there. And we kind of see that, with her Instagram lives. It kind of looked like she was on something or drunk or high, allegedly. I don't know. That's the impression that it gave, but it also gave the impression of an Aquarius. She also has Leo moon, okay? Leo moon means that she is very reactive when it comes to her emotions. Basically, with the planets, each planet has a designated sign or two, or each sign has a designated planet that you call a ruler, rather. And basically, when each sign is attached to a planet, it takes on the planet takes on the energy of that sign, right? So sun is your outward shining personality. Moon is your emotions and how you emote. Mercury is the way that you communicate, the way that you think. Venus is your love language, okay, the way that you express your love. Mars is the way that you express your drive and your passion. Jupiter is more so like your spirituality and blessings. Saturn is your boundaries, right? It's where Saturn comes in to teach you about boundaries and lessons. Uranus is more so where you are different and plot twist and where you kind of beat to your own path. Neptune is spirituality and artistry and creativity. Pluto is transformation. Lilith, we don't have to get into, but North Node is your destiny in this life. And then the opposite of North Node is your past life karma, which would be the South Node. Now, a lot of Megan's chart really strikes me because if you think of the dates that all of this was going on, which was from July 12th, 2020 up until basically now, a lot has happened. So Megan's North Node is in Scorpio. Now, we just had the North Node leave out of Taurus. The North Node was in Taurus and I'm going to give you guys estimate rough dates, but the North Node was transiting through Taurus, which means that the South Node was transiting through Scorpio because it's opposite signs. So if you look over here to this side of the chart right here, right, you see where it says Taurus and then where it says Scorpio. Well, you have 1, 7, 2, 8, 3, 9, 4, 10, 5, 11, and then 6, 12. 1 and 7 go together, 2 and 8 go together, 3 and 9 go together, so on and so forth. And the way that every single natal chart is set up is that whatever sign is in whatever sign is in the first 6 houses, the opposite sign is going to be in the next 6 houses. We have 12 houses in total. So if you have Taurus in your first house, the opposite sign of Taurus is Scorpio. So the opposite house of the first house is the 7th house. Now, between these 6 partners or these 6 pairs, they all share common themes. So the first house is about identity and self. So the opposite of identity and self would be others and relationships. And that's exactly what the first house is. First house is all about identity and self. Me. 7th house is all about relationships and other people. And as you can see, Megan has Taurus in her first house of self and identity, and she also has Scorpio in her 7th house of relationships, which is something that I kept mentioning during the first part of this video. Why does that matter? I'm going to show you why it matters. I'm actually going to get a little bit more accurate this way, you guys can think back to your own life and kind of relate it back to you. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good timetable real quick. Okay. I found one. Okay. So as you can see, this gives you a date of all the North Nodes and South Nodes. Now, I do want to go on the record by saying North Node is all about, again, it's all about the energy that you're calling in. It's where your life is focused at, right? So there's a thing called transits, and then there's a thing called natal chart. What we just looked at is your natal chart. That is the planets and the signs that will never, ever change. That is consistent. So you have that, but then you also have your natal transit, and your natal transit is basically your natal chart, but over time. So, for example, right now it is December 13th. We are in the midst of Sagittarius season. And then around the 20th, 21st, that's when it'll enter Capricorn season, right? So the sun right now is in Sagittarius because we're in Sagittarius season. That is a part of a natal chart, right? And so when the sun moves into, that's a part of a transit chart because that is a transit. Transit is the planets moving. And so when the sun moves into Capricorn around the 21st, that will be, again, that's a transit that's happening. If you're born under this and were born in, late November or early December, then your natal chart will have sun being in Sagittarius. Now, when it comes to North Node is all about the energy that you're calling in. So you can have a natal North Node placement, but the transiting node is what also matters because when it comes to the North Node being in your chart, that points to what it is that you're calling into your life and what your life mission and purpose is over your lifetime. But when it comes to when it comes to a transit that's happening with the North Node, it basically means over these next couple of years, this is where your life mission is going to be focused and surrounded by, right? And every 2 years, it changes into a set of 2 different signs. Because like I said, it's a North Node and South Node, but every 2 years, it changes into 2 different signs, which brings on 2 different themes. So you know how the last couple of years, everything has been rising, like gas prices and food costs and cost of living and things like that? Well, that's because those are themes of Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is all about luxury. It's all about comfort. It's an earth sign. And so, you know, it's all about food, luxury, comfort, how you're living, how you're doing day to day, gas, like that is all Taurus themes. And when the North Node moves into a sign, it expands focus in that area. Hence why the last 2 years, ever since 2021, gas prices shot up, cost of living shot up, you know, the price of eggs and whatnot shot up. All of this shit is real, y'all. And South Node, again, is where we tend to put less focus, but it doesn't mean that you won't have lessons or blessings pop up in that area. So if you look at the charts that's on screen, this gives a whole bunch of dates, but in particular, I want to focus on, actually, this isn't the best chart. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, so now that I put this back on screen, I'll refresh the page with the correct appropriate dates. I don't know if this helps. No, it doesn't help. Wait. Okay, so this will help a little bit better because it's the eclipses that activate the nodes. So over the course of the 2.5 years, the North Node and the South Node are in certain signs, but there are certain pivotal dates where we will have an eclipse. And an eclipse is basically like a full moon or a new moon on steroids where you will have certain events that are triggered and you will learn certain things. So if we fast forward to 2020, and give or take, it can be activated up to 6 weeks early or 6 weeks after, but you will feel the results of it for the next 6 months, right? So if we go back to 2020, do you see this date right here? This is a lunar eclipse. Now, a lunar eclipse is a full moon. Full moons usually represent endings, okay? Solar eclipses usually represent new beginnings. Again, with eclipses, it's usually a catalyst event that happens, that comes in, and it's like a sudden plot twist. It's just a sudden upheaval. And a lot of times it's shocking, and it's something that you do not expect, and it's the universe forcing you onto a new path. On July 4th, 2020, in Capricorn, we had an eclipse that happened. Now, this eclipse happened within Megan's 10th house of career. It happened within Megan's 10th house of career and public image. Again, a lunar eclipse means that there is an ending. As a matter of fact, I'll do you one better and put everything on screen. I'll do you one better and put it on screen. An eclipse in the 10th house rouses dynamics of authority, claiming it or giving it away. Oftentimes, sources of authority come from family or family members. And let's just go to any random link, okay? So listen, an eclipse in your 10th house, a concern with your career goals, public life. An eclipse here brings public attention, fame, recognition, and screw-ups, and focus on the rules, enforcing the rules, creating workable structures. Let's see if we can find something a little bit more descriptive. No, this is new moons and full moons. No, that's not what I need. Let's see. A lunar eclipse. Yeah, let's see right here if we can find a better description. Okay, so a life-changing eclipse for you. You may start a new career or strengthen an existing one. Alternatively, you could decide to leave a career you've been working in for years. Expect to see changes in the life of a parent figure. Changes to your reputation, worldly status are likely to occur. An example, you may have been known as Mrs., but if you get married, now the world knows you as Mrs. Another example is a student finishing med school. From now on, major changes in your career, reputation, and worldly status will occur. Now, mind you, she also had a eclipse go through her 9th house because she also has Capricorn there. You may suddenly start traveling more, or this may be the time in which you go off to college. You could graduate, and we knew that Meg graduated within the last, couple of years. Your religious views may change drastically. You may adopt a new religion or philosophical belief. You can also change your political views. A lot of your personal opinions on education, traveling, and religion is likely to change. Now, in layman's term, I'm just going to give it to you guys cut and dry. Megan's chart, right? Megan has Capricorn in her 9th and 10th house. Child, I got to bring it up again. 10th house is all about your career and your public image, and your 9th house is all about the way that you view the world. So on July 12th, when this happened, when the shooting happened on July 12th, it was a week after the eclipse. Again, you can feel the eclipse with new moons and full moons. You can feel the energy up to a week early, but with eclipses, you can feel it up to a month and a half early. And eclipses are 20 times more damaging and shocking. And so, being that the eclipse happened literally only a week before the shooting happened, it hit her career house and it hit her house of how she views the world. And we see what happened. Her public image changed. Her career forever changed. And the way that she viewed the world and the way that she viewed people forever changed. Forever changed. And when these eclipses happen, with the North Node, it is to get you on a better path. It is the universe's way of directing you. Think of it like you are a student that is driving with a teacher, and a teacher is guiding the wheel as you're driving or trying to like help you before you hit the curb. That is the universe trying to get you on the right path before you get a ticket, or get you on the right path before you hit the curb. Especially with this specific eclipse happening in Capricorn, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn literally is the teacher. Saturn is the god of karma. Saturn rules boundaries. It rules lessons. It rules instructions. All of that. Remember that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and it's all about karma and boundaries, right? This was a moment of karma that happened to show Meg, you need to switch up how you're moving in regards to your career. You need to switch up who it is that you have around you and the way that you view the world. I, in my heart, believe that Meg was going around thinking she could trust everybody and she could see the good in everybody. And that is why she was so mixy and messy. I said that earlier on in this video, child, about 2 hours ago. I said it. I said that I had to learn that hard lesson. Astrology is backing me up here. This eclipse happened a week before the shooting because it needed Meg to see. The universe was trying to show Meg, switch up how you're moving in your career and the way that you view the world, because the way that you view the world and the way that you're moving in your career, for Megan specifically, because she has that Capricorn energy in both houses, essentially whatever happens in her 9th house affects the 10th and vice versa. So because of the way that you view the world, this is how your career is going to be affected. Your career is also going to be the way that you view your career is going to affect the way that you view the world, so on and so forth. That's number one. Now, number two, if you look up here, or down here rather, Meg has a North Node in Scorpio. That is her natal North Node, meaning she was already born under the transit that began happening, because the North Node switched into Taurus. And let me put that back up on screen. The North Node switched into Taurus. Let's see. It went into Sagittarius and Gemini. Okay. The North Node went into Taurus on November 19th. Okay. November 19th, 2021. November 19th, 2021. Right? Now, for that Sagittarius eclipse and that Gemini eclipse, let me look. The Sagittarius eclipse was in her 8th house of life and death transformations. Let's see. I don't remember what happened around May 26, 2021, but I'm sure somebody could probably fill me in. And then Gemini is in her 2nd house of finances and self-worth. So something definitely happened, more than likely dealing with this case around then. But the North Node eclipses started happening around November 19th, 2021. This is where Pardi comes into play. Okay? Because the reason why Pardi comes into play is because obviously she was in a relationship with this person. And if you remember back to what I was saying earlier about the way that these houses work, is that the first house is about yourself, and then the opposite house of the first house is the house of other people, which has Scorpio. So when the North Node goes into Taurus, that means that the South Node is in Scorpio, right? Now, not only was Meg experiencing the natal transit, but because Meg also has a natal placement of North Node in Scorpio, that means that this energy was affecting her twice as much than any other person. Now, having a North Node in Scorpio means that it is your life mission to break away from toxicity. Don't believe me? Let's Google it. The North Node in Scorpio encourages us to shed the old skin of our past patterns and attachments. It invites us to let go of what no longer serves us, whether it's a toxic relationship, emotional baggage, or self-destructive behaviors. The process of shedding allows for profound personal growth and renewal. Let me repeat that one more time. When you have a North Node in Scorpio, this encourages you to shed the old skin of your past patterns and attachments, and it invites you to let go of what no longer serves you, whether it's toxic relationships, emotional baggage, or self-destructive behaviors. Again, self-destructive behaviors. This isn't about anybody else. It's about you. This process of shedding allows for profound personal growth and renewal. Now, let's go back to her natal chart. She has a North Node in Scorpio. That means that is her life mission to do that. So all her life, she's been fighting the mixiness and the messiness and dealing with the wrong people and having them around her. So when Meg says, yeah, I've trusted the wrong people, I believe that. I most certainly believe that. That has literally been her life story, because the North Node is going to bring shit into your life to teach you lessons. So her whole life has been about not being around the wrong people. But because you know, she has Capricorn in her 9th house and Capricorn in her 10th house, that Capricorn energy is being ruled by Saturn is very much like a, well, I have to be around these people for business, or let me find a practical way of looking at the world, or like it, as long as it makes sense on paper. And Capricorn energy is very masculine energy. And like, there's a difference between logic and intuition. Intuition is feminine energy, which will tell you, like, your guards will be up, your psychic senses will be up to let you know, okay, my gut feeling tells me that this person isn't right. However, logic will tell you, okay, well, this person has never fucked me over, so why would they fuck me over now? And I've said this in past videos. Logic, while important, it can get you fucked up. It can get you fucked up because you're looking at things from a logical place. Well, why would this person hurt me if we're humans and we're black and this person's supposed to be my boyfriend? Why would they? Because you're looking at everything from a business point of view instead of a realistic point of view, including, you know, feminine traits such as your intuition and your emotion into it. And so she's gotten fucked over in career, and she's gotten fucked over with the world. Now, Pardi comes into this because the North Node was transiting her first house of identity. So over the last couple of years, from 2021 to 2023, it was all about her stepping into her own, her owning her power, and it being less about relationships, right? Less about relationships, right? Now, being that she has a North Node in Scorpio, and again, that was all about her learning to get away from toxic relationships. That is exactly why that even though her South Node, well, not her South Node, but that adds to why, even though the South Node was transiting in Scorpio, and like I said, South Node is the energy you want to get away from. Even though the South Node was in Scorpio and it was transiting her 7th house of relationship, and you would probably think, well, why would a relationship come into her life if South Node is all about getting away from that energy? She was meant to get away from the energy of toxicity. And so in order to Megan to learn how to survive on her own and to be independent without a relationship, the universe sent in a relationship to say, hey, here's a person who's going to love on you. Here's a person who's going to whatever, so that you can teach yourself how to stand alone without this person and not become attached to this person. Did Megan do that? No. Over the last couple of years, look what happened. This is why she released the song Cobra, because Megan was not listening to the universe. The universe was trying to show her to stand on her own, to move differently within the industry, to not keep being so gullible, to, yes, rely on logic, but at the same time, trust your intuition. Now, Megan suffers with that because she has an imbalance of energy, right? Y'all think that masculine and feminine energy is only based off of man or woman? No, that is human conditioning. That is social conditioning. Everything comes down to astrology. Meg is 60% masculine energy and 40% feminine energy. So that means that Megan thinks Well, you can actually see right here. Fire. Okay, she has mostly fire, then earth, then air, then water. So literally, right? If this is 40%, this is 30%, this is 20%, this is 10%. So 10% out of 100% means Meg is not emotionally reactive. If anything, she moves based off passion, right? If anything, she moves based off of passion and desires and wants and needs. But also she moves very practically with the earth energy there, right? Then she thinks a little bit, but not as much. And then water energy would be, I guess, like intuition and emotions, right? Child, I know that this is a lot. Shout out to those of y'all that's still here with me. I promise y'all, it's coming full circle. But that's how Pardi came into the situation. And like she said in Cobra, like she talked about all of this trauma and this, that, and the third. And yes, like I'm showing y'all with this natal chart, the universe was throwing her bones like, here, girl, here. Like the last, if anything, she wasn't necessarily supposed to get in a relationship, but she did. She failed her North Node in Scorpio test, which again was to break away from toxic relationships. She jumped into a relationship because she had just undergone something toxic, which was the Capricorn eclipse. Everything that happened with her career and and she felt like she had nobody. And so she immediately jumped into a relationship, and then it turns out that that relationship was toxic, which is now coming out. Okay. Now, the fact that it's all coming out now is because right now we're undergoing Mercury retrograde, which is happening in Capricorn. Mercury is the planet of communication. It rules like thoughts and the way that we communicate, this, that, and the third. I know a lot of y'all have undergone, having your phone stolen or your phone lost or your phone broken, technology breaking, exes coming back, things like that. But wherever Mercury is transiting in your chart, you'll know by the sign that Mercury is currently in and where that sign is in your chart. So Mercury is in Capricorn right now, and literally the day today, actually it just went into Mercury yesterday, or it just went retrograde today, either yesterday or today, but it's in the sign of Capricorn. And once again, as you can see in Megan's natal chart, that's in her 10th and 9th house, her 9th house of education, spiritual learning, philosophies and beliefs of the world, and 10th house of career and public image. And whenever a planet goes retrograde, that means it's introspective. All the lessons start from your past actions. And so it's things that you learn internally. So the fact that we're now getting this affidavit that came out about Tory Lanez and more discoveries about the situation, it's karma, because Saturn rules karma, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is karma. You're exactly why, like, if you ever fuck with an Aquarius or a Capricorn rising, because they are, ruled by Saturn, you will get karma. Like their karma will be dished out either immediately or like pretty soon after. Like, you cannot fuck over a Capricorn rising or Aquarius rising. Like, Saturn has their back. Trust me, I know, because I am a Capricorn rising and I have an Aquarian chart, and so does Nicki Minaj. Your karma will come. Saturn grants you your karma. It is the disher of karma. And so that is why, things are getting leaked and coming out and whatnot, because again, she has Capricorn in her 10th house and her 9th house, and Mercury is retrograding through her 10th house and her 9th house. So when Mercury is retrograding Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn being the disciplinarian, everything that's going on right now is basically asking Megan, like, what have these last years taught you? What lessons have you learned in regards to your career? What lessons have you learned in regards to how you view the world? All of these things. And just to make sure I don't miss anything, I do want to go back to my Twitter, because I had posted a lot about this earlier, and I want to make sure that I don't forget a single tweet, because a lot of times when I do these videos, I'll be forgetting about shit that I said, but I want to make sure that I don't miss a peep. Did y'all like this video yet? Go ahead and like this video as we get into the last leg of this video. Okay, go ahead and like this motherfucking video as we get into the last leg of this video.
I go down and around on that guy. Bitch, you know how I rock. He gone, keep sucking it. He gone, keep rocking it. He gone, keep grabbing it. This pussy, he gone, keep sucking it. He gone, keep rocking it. He gone, keep grabbing it. This pussy, 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 pussy pop, pussy, pussy pop, damn. Pussy, pussy, pussy pop, pussy, pussy pop. He gone, he's sucking it. He gone,
Okay. Right here, as y'all can see, I said Mercury retrograde is transiting Meg's 9th house of education, higher learning, and her 10th house of career and public image. And then when Mercury retrograde switches from Capricorn to Sagittarius, it's going to transit her 8th house of death and rebirth, while Uranus is transiting her 1st house of identity. This is not over, because Uranus is all about plot twists and sudden upheavals and things like that. And so Uranus is in her 1st house in Taurus. Now, mind you, I have Uranus that's been transiting my 4th house the last couple of years. And the way that the North Node in Taurus transits have affected me since 2021, I'll put it this way, baby. I moved 8 times within the last 2-3 years. Every single time that an eclipse happened, every single time that the eclipses went back into Taurus and Scorpio, and the eclipses happened, I've moved. So just to give you a bit of chaos with that, yes, Megan has Uranus in her 1st house, along with Taurus in her 1st house. So that means that every time the eclipses happen, something dealing with her identity happened. And it was a sudden like jolt of change, whether it was a good change or a bad change that happened. And it's ultimately to get her into a place to where she needs to be. Now, going back to my tweets, I said Megan is about to undergo a dramatic transformation that's going to have the public questioning her and who the real her is. North Node is transiting her 12th house. So for the next 2 years, she's also doing a lot of deep healing in regards to her life, and who she's been up until this point. And then somebody said, ooh, baby, about to learn a hard lesson. And shout out to Monique. Shout out to Monique, okay, because she's also a client. Shout out to her. And I said, oh, yes, I told you, and I'm speaking to Monique, I told her how Uranus transits affect us in our 4th house. And I said, any angular house that hits like 1, 4, 7, or 10 is a major crisis and a turning point. And because it's in her 1st house of self with Mercury retrograde in her 10th house of career, there's going to be identity and career shifts and karma based on her past actions, okay? Because Mercury retrograde brings things up from the past. And since Mercury is retrograde in her 10th house and her 9th house, it's bringing up things from the past. Hence why this Tory case is coming back out of nowhere. And again, it's also in her 9th house, which is how she views the public. 10th house is how the public views her. 9th house is how she views the world. And so Mercury is asking Megan, did you do what you were supposed to do these last couple of years? Did you make the necessary changes that the universe was trying to force you to make? Are you still moving the same way? My personal opinion, I've said it throughout this video. She was moving messy. She needed to change how she viewed the world. She needed to realize that everybody doesn't have her best interests at heart. She needed to stop being so in her masculine energy and be more in her intuitive energy, because when you don't utilize that intuitive energy and those emotions, you become unaware because you're shutting off your psychic chakras and your psychic senses to what's going on, because you're just looking at things on a piece of paper like it's a book and not looking at it for the reality that it is. But the universe is literally asking her, have you learned your lesson? Are you still making the same moves? Are you still portraying yourself to the world the same way? Are you still viewing the world the same way? That is what's coming up. And then I kept going, of course, because I talk and talk. We 3 hours into this, right? Mercury is the planet of communication. When any planet turns retrograde, the lessons become internal. When it's in Capricorn, who is ruled by Saturn, the lessons become that much more important because Saturn is a strict disciplinarian. Saturn is also the god of karma. During these next few weeks, depending on where you have Mercury retrograde transiting, Saturn is teaching you things based off your past actions. What have you learned? What are you not getting? What needs to change? Saturn brings blessings, yes, but based off your lessons. Saturn literally rules karma and you cannot escape it. So this Tory, Kelsey info coming out while Meg has Mercury retrograde and Saturn ruled Capricorn in her 10th house of career and public image is not a mistake, because Saturn knows all and sees all. And Saturn is basically the teacher that catches you before you even try to cheat, right? So if Megan tries to cheat her way through this and tries to lie even more or tries to like, Saturn will deal with her. Put it like that. Put it like that. If she's not moving authentically, Saturn will deal with her in some type of way. Now, granted, this does not mean 100% that Meg is lying, but having Mercury retrograde in your 10th house means that it's time to pivot how you move and how the world sees you. And it's based off past actions and consequences. So this can be a time where Meg learns to stop being so mixy and friendly in Hollywood. And another thing interesting that I noticed is that Meg has Jupiter in its own sign, Sagittarius, in her 8th house. And then that's when I started talking about, how the universe can, save you before the worst happens. Okay. And I think that's pretty much where I stopped talking about that. Child. So I had tried to get into Tory Lanez chart. I had tried to get into his chart, but I couldn't really find his birth time. I would bring his stuff up right now, but listen, this video has already been entirely too long. I don't know if I'm gonna upload the whole entire thing or if I'm gonna upload it in parts, a part 1 or part 2, maybe a part 1 or part 2, just so I can have more flexibility. I don't know. But if you've enjoyed this and you have stayed the course this far, okay, this deep into the video, I thank you and I love you, because this was a lot to get through. But listen, I had a lot to say, and yeah, when I do my videos, I'm not just doing it based. I mean, yes, I have my whole chi thing. Yes, bitches, chi. Fuck you. Like, yeah, I got all of that going on. I got the commentary that I get, but then it's also coming from a real place. And then we can also relate it back to astrology, because astrology is a very real thing. And regardless how any of us feel, this is what's coming up for Meg right now. This is what's coming up for her. I'm not saying that Meg is going to go to jail, and I'm not saying that the astrology is saying that Meg is lying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that a couple of years ago, a situation happened because the universe was trying to tell Meg, you're moving dumb. You're moving dumb. The way that you see the world and the way that you are moving in your career, you're moving dumb. Change it. And so the fact that more things are coming out now, still years later, and then we just had this affidavit that came up today. It's the universe. Y'all got to understand, before we even get to this earth, you could sit here and think that you doing whatever it is that you want to do. Yes, there is a thing called free will, but guess what overrules free will? God's plan. Okay, God's will. Your life has already been designed before you even came down here. Okay, so even when y'all sit and be like, oh, why would God give me all these challenges and da-da-da-da-da, God didn't do that, baby. You did. Your mission and your soul purpose and your life's goals and all of that was already handpicked and designed by you before you was even born. You chose to reincarnate into this life to learn lessons and things like that you didn't learn in your past lifetime. And that might be a little too deep and go over a lot of y'all heads, but it's okay. Like the screen says, go to my website, thealignmedsouls.com, to book you a personal reading so we can learn that. Okay, because for Megan, again, her North Node being in Scorpio and her South Node being in Taurus, that means in a past lifetime, she was very wealthy. She was very established, very comfortable. And this lifetime was here to shake some shit up. Okay? It was to shake some shit up and get her out of her comfort zone. And she has a lot of these toxic relationships that come up because she spent a lot of lifetimes cultivating like beauty and fine-tuning these creative skills and doing things that brought her pleasure, and probably had a lot of yes people around her, which didn't necessarily help maximize and push her towards growth. Like I said earlier, 3 hours ago in the video, think about everything good that happens to you in life. It usually comes after something bad, or it's usually something bad that turns into something good, right? Like if you don't put your hand above the fire, or matter of fact, think of it like when you ride on a bike. If you don't ever fall down off of a bike, how do you know to get back up and keep trying, right? You don't. You fall off a bike, you get scared. Now you don't know how to ride a bike and you never learn. Just like a lot of people don't know how to swim because they almost drowned once, and then now, God forbid a hurricane or something happens, bitch, you just gonna be dead because you never learned to get back up and keep trying. And so it's kind of the same thing when it comes to Megan's path and his lifetime, having that North Node in Scorpio. It's like in past lifetimes, she's definitely been someone important and been kind of like a people pleaser. Okay, so in his lifetime, it comes with a lot of challenges based off the last lifetime. There's a lot of security issues that come with it. There's a lot of fears that come with it. A lot of anger issues, or she might feel like she has a lot of responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like feeling like she has to handle everything herself. There's definitely a lot of healing and growth that comes with it as well. So, I mean, this is pretty much why I'm in this video. You know, if you enjoyed this, please go to my website, thealonasouls.com, book you a personal reading. Okay. I'm good at what I do. Very good at what I do. And I charge what I do because I'm good at what I do. Okay. The astrology backs me up. The astrology backs up all of what's going on. And yeah, we just want to see how this shit play out. But I already gave my thoughts on this. After this long ass video, I feel like I don't need to say not another goddamn thing. Okay. We just gonna do another video where I just shall show a recording of this one. Okay. So I love each and every one of y'all in HD audio, allegedly. I hope that y'all enjoy this. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure that y'all stream, comment down below with your thoughts and opinions as if I give a fuck. And definitely make sure that you stream my music as if you give a fuck. I love each and every one of y'all. HD audio, allegedly. Go book a reading. Sign up for channel memberships. I will start doing astrology and tarot readings back on the channel again. Okay, so look forward to that. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
I do what I want, cause who gon' touch me? I get to the green cause I'm all about money. I'm looking like cash. You looking like cash. I'm looking like bags. You hoes looking like sex. You bitches looking like you can't get in. Got a couple dollars if you need to live. If I don't give a time, nigga, he will spend. So unless she irrelevant.